stench of cow manure hovers over this performance by the Dolphins.
Nobody move. I be a football player. Don't you make a sound. I just gonna rape your wife and leave quietly.
Don't let this happen to you. Today's National Football League crackhead athletes are above the law. Protect your family from the horrors of unwanted NFL players in your home with the new Miami Dolphin Home Alarm System. Every Miami Dolphin home alarm system comes with the Jimmy Johnson seal of disapproval.
I never met a criminal I didn't like. And if they can catch the ball or run with the ball, why, they're something special.
Take criminal athletes off the field and put them in a jail cell where they usually find God and a wife named Tyrone. The Miami Dolphin home alarm system. See your local crack dealer for details.
It's the 10:01 at 560 WQM. It's a very sad Tuesday in South Florida. Isn't it sad? Don't you feel like you just want to commit suicide? You just want to blow your brains out?
Nope.
No, I don't either. Nice onside kick, like I said, Limbaugh. He just kick him a little bit sideways these days. He's kicking side saddle. And it just left like it was like no chance they were going to get, even in the game anyway, but there was like one last gasp, a little bit of hope. And why should they have gotten back in it? Because all the Dolphin fans, those so-called fans, left anyway. 7 minutes to go in the game. They're down by a touchdown at that point. That's before the Eagles kicked that last field goal. They're down by 7. And everybody went bailing out of there like they had a bomb scare at PP Park. And then they're calling in Joe this morning whining, well, gee, there's nobody left but Eagles fans there. Well, I wonder why. Don't tell me that you folks weren't some of the ones that left there with 7 minutes to go in the game. But at any rate, it's the same, you know that expression, neurotic repetition? It's the same with South Florida sports, except for the Marlins. In fact, even the World Series, I guess, was neurotic repetition because nobody cared all year, just like 97, and then all of a sudden, just everybody jumped on that bandwagon right at the end, right in the ass end. It's the same thing with this. Anyway, getting back to the important stuff, how about that Strom Thurmond? Oh! All right. Didn't know the old guy had it in him. Have you seen that story?
Yes.
About his mixed-race daughter, one of the great segregationists of all time?
Yep.
And he was banging some darky lady? Well, anyway, we'll get into that. Here's the results from yesterday's poll. I think because it's the holidays and because I got like this little scratch, I must say, though, that for an old fart like me, I made a nice recovery. You must have been thinking for sure that you were going to get to do the show today?
Nope.
You weren't?
No.
Because I was right on the edge of a real bad head cold.
I knew you'd pull it through.
I pulled it right through the window. I dragged it in here, and it brought me back to life. What's your take on the capture of Saddam Hussein, we asked yesterday? We broke all records. The last number I looked at when we got out here, remember we couldn't get the thing to sit still because there were so many people on the website?
It was 9:04.
I looked at like 9:44, about a minute after 2. Okay. 9:44. That was shocking. Breaking even those alien records. How do you like that?
Incredible.
Breaking poor little alienito's records of hysteria and foaming at the mouth in his audience. 1,674 votes for a weekday poll. That may be also right in the, I don't know, maybe Eric can check. I doubt it. What's your take on the capture of Saddam Hussein? It's fine, but where's Osama? Remember him? Osama Yamama? 563 votes for that. The whole invasion was bogus based on lies.
Can't believe he's going to change his ways.
No, you're not. 544 votes on that. Whole Iraq attack was bogus. That's one small step for humanity and one giant political leap for George W. Bush, 295. Fry the bastard on Channel 7. Fry Saddam on Channel 7, right with Spilky's Neray pulling the switch. 168. If Spilky's Neray was there, he'd probably be begging for it. And no matter the cost, it was well worth it. Only 105, 6.2%. Guess who Chris Matthews on Hardballs, which I never watch, but I was channel surfing before the football last night. Guess who Chris Matthews made look like a real asshole?
Who's that?
Oi!
Drew Lieberman. Man, he had him stammering and fumphing and bumbling. It was great. And he refused to answer the questions. Like he asked him about, how come we were buddies with Saddam back in the 80s and yada, yada, yada. He was the good guy. And he kept changing the subject. Bada-beep, bada-boop, bada-bop. And, Drew Lieberman, you're a disgrace. You really are. And all you old Jews down there that are supporting him just because of the fact that he ate a couple of pieces of Hamantaschen a few years ago, that's really sad. That's pathetic. Just because he had some gribbiness once in his life. Do you ever have gribbiness?
No.
You have never had Gribbinus?
No.
Oh, come on.
What is that?
It's like, I don't really even know how to describe it. It's poison. It will definitely kill you, but it's like chicken fat, like fried chicken fat.
I'll pass on that one.
Huh?
I'll pass.
No, well, I don't know what the, you like it. Believe me when I tell you. Although it will make you crap your brains out for hours. It'll keep you busy, keep you out of clearance. And the good news is the Beast got his new king coil bed from Dial Mattress. Oh! Let's hear it. He said that he and Clarence had a wild time on the new mattress last night. Now, were you the king coil or the queen coil?
Oh, I'm definitely the man. The king.
You the man? That's what Clarence said. He said the Beast, he the man. Now, we got to quit screwing around right now because before we give him today's pool, and then I'm going to play a lot of stuff today and take a lot of calls. I want to hear people rip the Dolphins today. Wouldn't you love to hear that for 4 hours?
Yeah.
I love it. It's the same crap every year, you know? It gets a little old, stale. All the belly aching and O.J. Fiedler sucks and Dave Wanstad sucks and this one sucks and what's with those dreadlocks, Ricky, and all that other crap, you know? I never realized until last night just how grotesque looking he is. He really is gruesome. Boy. Not that it would make any difference. And him and Edgy, and of course that's a UM thing, that Edgy thing, right? That's a hurricane thing, which you don't want to get into because you're uptight.
You mean Edge? We
are gonna spend an hour ripping Mike Rosenthal today. Nobody except the Beast and I know who the hell that is.
W News time is 3:22. WVUM time. You made a mistake, Neil. You made a mistake.
We're going to rip J. Rokeach and Mike Rosenthal today. It's a little on the inside hurricane kind of crap. No, we're not. You're just jealous of Mike Rosenthal because of the fact that he's a big success now. He's a big superstar. What does he do?
I believe he's a math teacher.
He's a math teacher? Oh, a perfect math teacher. Please don't tell me he has a wife.
I don't know.
Does he have a penis? I sure doubt it. Anyway, we got to figure out where we're going to have the van hit today. We got $47,500. Now, did Miguel ever show his lovely ass in there and tell you that we got this other thing straightened out that he undid?
No.
No?
The other thing from yesterday?
Yeah.
Well, he said yesterday that he said just disregard it.
I don't know why he did that. And also we got to rip Carlos. Now, there's so many Carloses in that place. We're not talking about Carlos the freak that sits out at the reception desk, who's an embarrassment to all of us. Even Susan Lucci hates him like poison. But, and we're not talking about Carlos Beaner Boy, who they dragged out of there in intensive care somewhere with tubes hooked up to his ass. We're talking about, what's Carlos's last name? Do we know?
Picari.
Carlos Picari. Carlos Picari, you are a total asshole, man. You are the ultimate asshole. I don't even know if I've ever seen him. Have I ever laid eyes on him?
Doubtful.
I'll tell you this, I don't want to see him. Every single time, at least he's consistent. He's consistently an asshole. Every time we have like multiple ball games on this radio station, which is, how many times a month does that happen?
About 30, man.
They're in that studio right there where your fat ass is sitting, staining that chair. It's probably seeping all over that chair. And he's in there dicking around with stuff. And as a result, the next morning when we try to get on with a show, since we don't do our show the same place as the sports shows, we can't get the damn thing going. Same thing again this morning. Dolphin game and a Panther game on, what was it, 1890 on AM dial last night? The Panthers lost 4-1.
It was on the surf, or the 1580.
It was on a surf. If you go up like to 2500 on your AM dial, you might be able to hear it, but I doubt it. And so we have all this different crap going on at the same time because naturally that's the only way they can ever make enough money to pay me. So anyway, they're in there dicking around, diddling around. I come in this morning, I'm sitting here, and I'm not as early as when George is here. In fact, I'm finally getting smart. What do I need to be here at 7:30 in the morning for? Well, what's the point for that?
Get comfortable in your seat or something?
No, seriously, I mean, my bedroom is like 6 feet away from this studio here. What do I need to drag my ass in here at 7:30 in the morning to confabulate with the little guava oven spick every morning? I don't need that. So this is a lot better. I come crawling in here about 8:30. That's fine. And I'm listening. They got the little dog is on there. It's loud enough that the speakers are bouncing off the walls here. That's how loud he was. I thought his gigantic head was going to come popping right through this board. And I'm sure that Josh was probably trying to talk to me, and I couldn't hear him. And then the beast, bada-beep, bada-boop, bada-bow. And it took about 20 minutes to try to un-F everything that Carlos Picari left there screwed up again. Every single time he does it, no matter how much we complain and carry on with Duff and with Clarence and all the other middle-level flunkies in there, it doesn't do any good. Because, see, what's important on QM is not the Neil Rogers show, not the ratings, not the money. What's important is ball games. That's what's important. Ball games. The more balls, the more games, the more excited they are. That's what Greg Reed's all about. Because he's not a dumb jock. He's just a dumb jock sniffer is what he is. I think that Greg, in spite of all of his womanizing, I think that Greg probably somewhere inside of his psyche is probably a closet Mo. You know what I'm saying? Closet Mo?
Absolutely.
Because he sure likes the guys with jock straps. He probably would like to shower with the teams, is what I'm thinking. But get that Carlos Picari out of our studio. At least put stuff back together again the way you left it. Now, what was his comment to you?
He just wanted to, make sure that everything was fine because he wasn't sure if he left it okay.
Yeah, you left it all right. You left it the same screwed up like you always leave it, okay? You come in here, you potchkey around with everything you get your hands on, and then you just leave it like a mess, like a turlet. Could you please read the enclosed announcement on your show today? It is vitally important that as many people know about this as possible. Says Barry Kirshner. What is this? Committee to defeat Bush. Oh, in that case, sure. No problem. Open Assembly number 3, 1:30 p.m., Monday, December 29th at the FAU Grand Palm Room. Never forget 2000, prevent another election fiasco. Come learn how. U.S. Representative Robert Wexler, good man. Co-sponsor of Bill H.R. 2239, the bill for a voting paper trail, and Vince Lipsio, software design engineer, digital voting machine software expert, will tell it like it is and how it ought to be next year. Learn how easily computerized voting machines can be corrupted. Learn why it's imperative to have a paper trail to track every vote so that they can't put the fix in again. Learn what a paper trail is. You usually see a paper trail in the tea room near a QAM after Fat Boy's been in there. He always gets it stuck on the bottom of his shoe, and he's got about 45 yards of toilet paper coming out of the tea room. Learn how Bill H.R. 2239 would require digital voting machines to provide a receipt for your vote, and learn about California's new paper trail law. If you want to find out more, the website is www.committeetodefeatbush.org, or if you want more info, call Ruth Pleva at 561-865-0987, 561-865-0987. That's Open Assembly at 1:30 p.m. Monday, December 29th in the FAU Grand. There you go, Barry. Thank you so much. And we got to figure out what we're going to do during the break. Put your thinking cap on, your Kepala, as Joe Lieberman would say, and figure out what we're going to do this van hit today. Who's going out on the van hit, Miguel or Scott Jr.?
I would think it's Miguel, but we'll find out.
Hey, Scott Jr., quit stealing our batteries. 1013 at 560 WQM. If you, speaking of having a big bald spot like the Beast, if you got a big glaring, I guess it's okay, to find your way around in the dark. If there's a little beam of light, you can always use your head as a reflector. But other than that, it looks like crap. If you want to look younger and better than you ever dreamed again, there's one guy you ought to be calling. That's my good buddy, Chuck Alfieri. In fact, it's the holiday time. Why not give yourself the gift of hair this holiday season? Call Chuck and get that natural hairline system. It's the best there is. It's as simple as that. You don't have to make a big song and a dance about it. Everybody and their brothers tried to peddle you some kind of a mousy-looking muskrat piece like the one you know who wears.
Absolutely.
Although I do, I thought about it. I like that thing about the Mad Dog is on between the toad and the load. I like that. That was pretty good. How about between the schlub and the tub?
Hey, Grandma got run over at the Walmart. Trampled under shoppers' greedy feet.
Get out of my way, you pervert.
It was on the day after Thanksgiving. Poor Grandma didn't know she'd be dead meat.
Every year we yell, we threaten.
All she wanted was a player.
So congratulations, you ruined Christmas.
For the DVD she owned.
Merry Christmas, kiss my ass.
But when those fateful doors swung open,
welcome to Walmart.
She was stepped on and banged up straight to the bone. Grandma's now quite out of action. In a hospital she sits. Half her body is in traction. And she even needs a nurse to take a shit. Grandma got run over at the Walmart.
Ain't it awful?
Trampled under shoppers' greedy feet. It was on the day after Thanksgiving.
Don't!
Poor Grandma didn't know she'd be dead meat.
You're despicable.
Grandma got run over at the Walmart. Trampled under shoppers' greedy feet. It was on the day after Thanksgiving. Poor Grandma didn't know she'd be dead meat.
Hello, operator. Give me the number for 911.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Watch your ass.
Rectum.
10:19 at 560 WQAM. Of course, Beast, keep one thing in mind as we head toward these playoffs. The Patriots have been really lucky this year, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
The words of Mo and Geldy, they've been very
Absolutely
lucky. Those stentorian words. Of course, Mo had to get his beauty rest this morning, so he certainly wasn't in.
No Mad Dog either.
No Mad Dog today? It's not on my schedule. Your
Be,
buddy must have worn him out last night.
It'll be John Boog Shambi.
The Boogmeister? Maybe we can get Boog on a hotline for another 30 seconds like those scintillating calls during the Marlins parade, their World Series victory. Let's see, the Boogster, how come I have? Is he going to be at Chula's or is he going to be in the studio?
That I don't know. Hank will be in studio, though.
I beg your pardon?
Hank will be in studio.
Oh, this schedule is all screwed around, man. You must have worn Clarence out. He's just way behind the 8 balls. He just ain't doing it. One thing I will say, though, about the Boogster, we like him a lot. In spite of his orange hair and pasty complexion. He's a good guy. Unfortunately, he has to work. In fact, this would be a great day. Maybe he'll call in now in the bat line, and he and I can discuss what it's like to work with Dave Van Boring.
Chances of him saying anything are...
I don't think he'll be doing any crossovers with me again at any time if he fills in 8 to 10 like he did that one day. I should apologize. Am I going to apologize? No, it was fun. It was a lot of fun because I put him on the spot. He kept pretending, just like Drew Lieberman did last night with Chris Matthews on Hardballs, he kept pretending he didn't hear the question. And he kept talking about anything else beside the obvious. No, see, I can understand why you suck up to Joe Zagacki, because like Dave Van Boring, he's a nice guy. I like Joe a lot, but he's terrible on the air. He's awful, but you can't say that because you have to work with him and you want to cover your ass. You don't want to be like another Mike Rosenthal.
Huh?
But as far as Dave Van Boring, what have you got to benefit by sucking his ass? Nothing. So why can't you just... No, don't start doing the George thing and playing that little... that ain't gonna fly this week, okay? That's bullcrap. That's cop-out. Oh, speaking of cop-out, Dave the Cop, give it a rest. With his hysterical facts about the pot laws and you can do this and they can arrest you if they pull you over the drugs, even if the drugs aren't yours. And all of a sudden, you know something, it's the holidays, man. Just lighten up a little bit, Dave the Cop. Out of control as usual. Calm down. Now, where are we going to do the van hit today?
I know, but it is...
I beg your pardon?
Miguel's all upset. He says it's on his way. He's very upset today.
Upset about what?
He's like yelling at you, yelling at me.
Oh, about the ball game last night? Is that what it is?
He's very angry.
Or maybe he got cut off by his lovely wife last night. Maybe she cut it off. Maybe she finally wised up. Or maybe somebody else cornered him in the hall and said, get her off the suspended list or she's going to attack him again. Is she still on the DL, the SL? We have an SL. It's not suspended list. It's the Schmidt list. Huh? I can't mention it's Doreen, though. So where's it? It's on its way to where? And what is that you're playing? What is that?
He just sent you a fax, but it's going to be Scott Jr.
Yeah, Scott Jr. is going to be out there with batteries. I think he's going to be hiding them in his...
Rectum.
Yeah. He's going to be rolling them around in his hands. He couldn't find any steel balls like in the Canine Mutiny, so he's rolling little batteries around in his hand. Crazy person, Scott Jr. You really enjoy, get a kick out of looking at him. Just if you don't want to give us any money for abandoned pet rescue, just stand outside the van and stare at him. Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh. No.
And you'll never make eye contact anyway because he won't look back at you. Oh, I see. So in other words, I don't get this. I don't understand this at all. So in other words, we've been lied to again. We've been lied to again. I thought this was a place of our choosing today, didn't you? It says next van hit tomorrow, 11 to 2 somewhere. That was yesterday's memo. So I look at it today, Scott Jr., noon to 2, in the parking lot at the Coral Square. We've been in Coral Springs too goddamn much. There's no money up there. They got
Eisenberg was going to go with this toy drive. So that's what they were promoting last night. So I just figured we'd just go there.
So in other words, again, we're just tagging along.
No, they tag on with us.
We're just an afterthought, just like with the ball games with Carlos Picari there, whatever the hell his name is. Same kind of crap. I mean, I realize we're not as important as the Panther Red Wing game on 1490 on your AM dial or whatever, 1980 on the dial, on a station that's got 45 watts that goes straight up into the air that nobody ever heard of before, that we don't even know the callers of anymore, that used to be WSRF back 100 years ago when Van Patrick of the Lions put it on the air. Did you know that, by the way?
Huh?
Van Patrick, the late, great football announcer, the Detroit Lions, he was the one that put WSRF on the air in Fort Lauderdale.
I know Dan Patrick.
Many years ago.
About 30, man.
No relation to Dan Patrick. Van Patrick, who used to call them the Philadelphia Eagles. He was a big fat guy. He was good. I mean, he was no Mo Howard David, but thank God.
Well, who is, really?
Nobody. And he's one of a kind, man. After they made him, they threw the mold away. It was pretty moldy. After they made that muskrat, they threw the moldy thing away. Well, I bet you can't wait to see him again and bond with him tomorrow morning. You they must leave something out of your life when he is on a day like today after a tough loss like last night, and the Momeister isn't there for you to scowl at in the morning.
I can't wait.
Do you make eye contact with him? Is there ever any conversation?
No, he won't talk to me.
Well, wait a minute. How about when you ever talk to him?
Oh, I'll be happy to have a conversation with him.
Will you really? What a guy. In fact, you probably should say, boy, I see the Patriots won again on Sunday. What happened last night, Mo? That would be good. Mo. And the rumor I'm hearing, speaking of Mo, is that because we got all this problem with, we don't even know if Joe Rose is going to be staying on or not, that they're thinking, and I hope it doesn't happen, it's going to be when Geldy moves up with Joe Rose, it's going to be the big with him. Okay? Oh. Now, it could be the Mo-O show, but that just doesn't have a ring to it, so it might be the Omo show.
I'm a homo?
No, Omo, not homo.
I'm a homo?
No. And then we can have the Mad Dog between the tub and the shrub, or however that goes. What was it? The toad and the load. I like that, Mo. He's coming up with some pretty good material lately.
Absolutely.
About time. Too late, I think, though.
Hey, not to rush you or anything, but what do you want to do?
I beg your pardon?
Not to rush you or anything, but what do you want to do?
What do I want to do with what?
You want to go here to Coral Springs, or you want to go somewhere else?
Do you understand what this man is talking about?
Scott Jr., where do you want me to send him, sir?
I thought this was a done deal already. I thought this was another one of your rake-offs that somebody's smearing you with, which is usually what it is, like that other bogus thing that you set up about that in the sports, whatever that thing was.
Excuse me. Read the bottom of the page there.
The bottom of what page? I'm trying to get what I can, so I'm asking. You don't understand. We don't do that.
Fine.
We don't ever do that. It's a cardinal law because then all the salespeople every year try to jump on a bandwagon.
Well, I don't listen to the sales guys.
Well, I don't care about that. Neither do I. And I don't listen to you either. Okay, so in other words, this is optional. We don't have to send them to the Coral Square Mall. We've been in Coral Springs 1,000,000 times already. They don't give us any money. They're too busy bailing their kids out of jail up there.
This is your show. We do what you want.
Oh man. Wow. Talk about a stench of cow manure. Jesus, God almighty. I think he had too many tamales last night. I can smell it.
Scott Jr.'s in here patiently waiting for your direction.
Yeah, is he still stealing batteries?
I think so.
He can have whatever he wants, okay? He's under a lot of stress. How's Pharrell doing, by the way? He should know. What's he doing? Is he going to Chicago?
Hold on.
How's Pharrell doing? They're awaiting his signature on the dyed line up there.
Good. He needs to get out of that place. They'll kill him in South Florida. He's not old enough to be there yet. He had just too much grief. He'd be good up there with a man cow. You think? Is he going to take you with him?
You could only hope.
I didn't know you were a psychic. He's reading my mind. Well, where do you think would be a good place? I keep asking you this. Think of a place, and I'll do the break, and when we come back, then we'll tell everybody where you were going to send your ass. Okay?
How about Pizza Loft?
We just got through doing that a couple weeks ago. Pizza Loft and Davy. You're just going looking for a free lunch.
You're absolutely right.
You want to do that again?
Couldn't hurt.
No, I don't think so.
The day after on the bowl.
How about the corner of Sunrise and University?
Okay.
What is that gas station there? Is it a Shell station? The Shell is at Broward University. What's the one on the corner? I think it's also Shell, isn't it?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Sounds good.
Whatever it is, on the northeast corner of Sunrise and University, there's a gas station. Look for the QM fan there from 11 to 2.
Why don't you just send me to Lutz?
That wouldn't be bad. Only a one-way ticket.
He's leaving now, so he'll be there when he gets there.
He'll be there when he gets there from 11 to 2. We got 47.5. We want to get to that 50 grand before this week is out, or we're going to be really pissed.
Peace out, old man.
Sir, play off this. Oh!
Good morning. This is former Vice President and inventor of the Internet, Al Gore. I'm here to set the record straight about my endorsement of Democratic presidential candidate James Dean.
It's Howard.
Baba Bowie.
Bowie.
Mr. Dean is an amazing orator and wordsmith. Not to mention, he makes a fine sausage.
That's not him.
A former governor of Vermont and winner of the prestigious maple syrup guzzling contest.
Never happened.
Apparently, I have ruffled some feathers in the Democratic Party, specifically with my former running mate, Hal Lieberstein.
It's Joe Lieberman.
If there's one man in the donkey party that's even more whiny and monotone than me, it's Jim Leibowitz.
Joe Lieberman.
When I pulled this endorsement from my secret lockbox, I did so after much consideration, thought, and a game of rock, paper, scissors. If Mr.
Lieberman
is hurt, then I am sorry. But Josh Landenberg must realize I'm a sharp political mind whose choices to shape our nation's leaders are important.
You've lost me.
In conclusion, let me say this to Mr. Lenowitz
Lieberman
and Mr. Bean.
Keen.
I love you both, like a gay man would, but without the rumpular invasion.
I think we're done here.
Al Gore's views are his own and have no affiliation with the Democratic National Committee to elect the president.
Rectum.
1034 at 560 WQM. By the way, we already got the Paul Krugman story on our website this morning. These people that keep faxing stories that we already have on our website. It's kind of like, thank you so much, but yes, I read the New York Times. Thank you, assholes. Here's today's poll, which we already got a bunch of votes on there. How do you think the capture of Saddam will affect the 2004 election? 5 choices for you. Big boost for Bush, puts him far ahead. It's too early to tell. Lots of Schmidt happens. No difference. The Democrats are way behind the 8 ball. That's what I voted. They better get their crap together. Or Bush is in. He's in. Like Dan Rather said, game, set, and snatch, or something like that he said, Sunday morning. Hey, Dan, butch up a little bit, you asshole. God, I'm starting to, whatever little respect I had for him, which wasn't very much, I'm starting to lose it all real fast. Just like whatever little respect I had for Carlos Picari, which I have no idea who he is. Here's the results so far. How do you think the capture of Saddam will affect the election? 122 votes while I wasn't even looking. It's too early to tell. Lots of Schmidt happens, 60. The Democrats are way behind the 8 ball, 21.
That's where I voted.
Right. Correct answer. The big boost for Bush puts him far ahead, 20. The interesting thing is, not only doesn't it seem to put him far ahead, for those of us who are praying that we don't have to go through 4 more years of fascism, but that big rally, that Saddam rally like yesterday, fizzled right out. Markets actually went down a little bit. Anyway, a big boost for Bush puts him far ahead, 20. Bush is in, 14. And no difference, 7 out of 122 votes. Strom Thurmond, one of the great segregationists of all time, a racist goofball bastard who died last June at the age of 100. The late Senator Strom Thurmond's family yesterday said it acknowledges a California woman's claim that she is his illegitimate mixed-race daughter. Her lawyer said the statement brought her a sigh of relief. As Strom Thurmond has passed away and cannot speak for himself, the Thurmond family acknowledges Miss Essie Mae Washington Williams' claim to her heritage. Miss Essie Mae. Don't that sound like something from Gone with Your Wind? Huh? I mean, now it's like Lakeisha and names like that. Who the hell ever heard of Essie Mae? We hope this acknowledgement will bring closure for Ms. Williams, the family's lawyer, J. Mark Taylor, said in a brief statement. Contacted his orifice, Taylor confirmed he was speaking for the Thurmond family, but refused to give detail or answer any questions, including whether the family was in fact verifying the claims of Williams, a 78-year-old retired teacher who lives in Los Angeles. I guess back in the day, Essie Mae was like a more popular name than like Letitia. The interesting part of this whole deal is where the hell is it? In 7 decades of politics, Thurmond gained fame and infamy as an art segregationist, but later came to support a holiday for slain civil rights leader Martin Luther King when he became senile and started drooling a lot on the Senate floor. Williams claims Thurmond fathered her. Now listen to this. When he was a 22-year-old living in his parents' home in Edgefield, her mother, Carrie Butler, had been working as a maid in the Thurmond's home. Guess how old the mother was when he knocked her up?
How old?
16.
Huh.
16. Here is a right-wing, of course he's dead now. I hope he's rotten in hell. I hope the worms are really having a good field day. Right-wing, holier than thou, miserable, bigoted, nasty, rotten, racist son of a bitch, Strom Thurmond. And he knocked up this chick, this black girl. She was 16 years old.
How young is too young?
Oh. So I don't want to say he was like a hypocrite, but at least the one good thing is he's a dead hypocrite. Strom Thurmond, you phony bastard. They're all the same. They're all doing it. The only difference is that some people admit doing it and some people are too stupid to cover it up, like take the dress to the cleaners. Anyway, let's see. Also, we got Joe Costello tonight, 7:30 and 9:30 at the Glory Days Grill, 4746 North Congress Avenue. That sounds like Palm Beach to me. Doesn't even say where the hell that is. Is that in Boynton?
Yeah, I think it's in Boynton.
Man, I'll tell you, I know it's the holidays, but boy, of course, Miguel's under a lot of stress with what's her name being on a suspended list. 4746 North. Would you stop playing that? What the hell is that? Well, that one I know, but what's that other thing you're playing?
It's the same thing.
Sounds like you're spinning a dreidel on Clarence's
Rectum.
ass.
He was just in here, actually.
47, we're doing what? Nice job on the schedule, by the way, Clarence. Man, you really must be worn out from last night's breaking into that new king coil bed with the beast. You must have just worn his ass out. And by the way, can I ask you that question that Diane Sawyer wanted to know? Can you describe to us just how smelly the hole is? I saved that because I'm never going to let that thing go. I can't believe it. That's journalism, baby. That's America for you. Brilliant journalism. Can you imagine on the BBC, one of those distinguished reporters saying, can you explain to us just exactly how smelly that hole is that you're standing by? And I love the way that all these assholes from the various networks, the photo ops they gave them, did you see them all crawling down into the hole?
Nick Robertson on CNN.
Right.
Crawling in.
Crawling into the spider hole. Man. Anyway, so Joe will be at 7:30 to 9:30 at the Glory Days Grill, 4746 North Congress Avenue in Boynton Beach, with our best Neil, which he won't get any money for that, but drop off donations for their toy drive, too, make him feel better, like somebody cares. So that's the agenda today. Scott is going to be at that gas station momentarily. We better raise some serious bucks
He hasn't
today.
left yet.
Why not?
I don't know. He's in here right now getting the CDs.
Get out of there, you geek, you jerk, you clown, you idiot. Get out. When in doubt, get the hell out. Man. Point him in the right direction, okay? Spin him around like a dreidel and point him in the right direction and kick his ass out the door. 20 till 11 at 5:60. We're going to take a lot of calls today, baby. We're going to take 1,000 calls.
About 30, man.
Before 2 o'clock today. Make no mistake about that. We got the Bookster for Mad Dog. Mad Dog's probably like licking his wounds after last night anyway, I would think. Can you imagine the embarrassment and humiliation? I will say this, that they made it a game. You know what I mean? I didn't expect that. Because the Eagles are a far superior team, and they made it a game. It was pretty entertaining. And when it was 24-24, I thought, well, this, they could luck out. But did they luck out?
No.
No. Because the cream rises to the top. You know what I'm saying? Just like when the Patriots played in those 2 times. They had their chances, couldn't do it. They choked. You could hear those gagging and choking sounds all over North America. Hey, it's that great time of the year, unless, of course, you have to go shopping and get those last-minute holiday gifts, and you have to fight with everybody out there in the roads, in the stores, the lines, the parking. Make your gift-giving a lot easier this year for you and the ones you love. A gift certificate from Dial a Mattress. Call them right now at 1-800-MATTRESS. Give the gift they'll be thanking you for in and year out, and night in and night out. Dial a Mattress has got gift certificates in any denomination. Don't forget, they got all the top brands in the world, including now Stearns & Foster. They got the guaranteed lowest prices anywhere in the world on Stearns and Bananas Foster. And the Beast and Clarence last night broke in their new king coil bed from Dial a Mattress. Did they show up on time?
On time. Took 5 minutes. Took out the old bed. It was great.
Took away the stained, nasty, smelly, soiled bedding with all that food. You can imagine the food stains on the Beast bed. Oh, my God. They took all the crap away, set up the brand new one, and he was ready for a really hot night after the ball game and maybe at halftime with Clarence. Honest sales practices, fantastic, unbeatable service, everyday low prices, same-day delivery, and free setup and removal, like we just said. I'll make it easy to see why Dial a Mattress is unbeatable. They're ranked number 1 in the world in customer satisfaction. So for the best service in the world, for the best prices on the top name brand merchandise, do what all of us at QM are doing. Call the betting experts. Dial a Mattress at 1-800-MATTRESS. 1-800-MATTRES, or online you'll find them at mattress.com. Happy holidays from all your good, close personal paisans at Dial a Mattress.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Women.
Well, Buffalo has a football team, the greatest in the land. And everybody thinks they're great, because they really are. The Buffalo Bills are the number 1. See what I mean? So just sing along.
When you say Miami,
when you say Buffalo,
Super Bowl,
and you're the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills, they're the greatest team in the history of the human race. They're the Buffalo Bills. They're the greatest thing since sliced bread and canned beer. Yeah, there you go. And you jazz up that redneck stuff. You listen to that banjo. Holy sweet God, listen to that. When you say Buffalo Bills, it don't sound so rednecky, do it? Everybody sing along now. Are you Bill fans? Here we go. Well, the Buffalo Bills are the best team. They have the best record over the last 5 years. And they went to the Super Bowl 4 times, which is more than I can say for this scum-sucking fish. And they're the greatest, because I really like their uniforms. They sure as hell beat the heck out of having a fish on the helmet, because they're the Buffalo Bills. The best football team what I ever seen in the history of my life. They are the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills. The home of Jim Kelly, the greatest quarterback in the league. Yeah, everybody, the Buffalo Bills. They're the Buffalo Bills. And they've been around longer than the stinking rotten fish. Well, they're the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills. What would you rather have as a pet, a buffalo or a fish?
10:47 at 560 WQM. Thank you, PR Ralph, for reminding me to play that. Get everybody whipped up for Sunday. He also mentions, and he's got a good point, on the northeast corner of Sunrise University is a Chevron. That's what I was afraid of. On the southwest corner is that Shell station, and you'll have more traffic at Shell because they're always busy and they have Krispy Kreme donuts.
All right.
That should do it.
Can I go?
Let me say it again. Let's do the Shell station on the southwest corner of Sunrise and University. Okay, is that where we're going?
Chances Scott Jr. gets that right.
Get with it, Scott, you jackass. Well, let me face it. If there's Krispy Kremes there, he'll find it. Okay, we got 171 votes on the poll up here, which I only mentioned at one time. Man, there must be something going on. You think there is? I don't know. How do you think the capture of Saddam will affect the 2004 election? It's too early to tell. Lots of Schmidt happens, 78. The Democrats are way behind the 8 ball, 34. Big boost for Bush puts him far ahead, 27. Bush is in, 21. No difference, only 11. Only 11 people say it's going to make no difference. We'll see. But a lot of Schmidt can't happen, that's for sure. Let's see. Here's a fact. New Jersey, it wasn't in New Jersey, by the way, it was in Pennsylvania, but you're close. The big bear, I see. New Jersey's big bear hunt ended with 328 confirmed kills. Vice President Dick Cheney reportedly killed more than 70 farm-raised ringneck pheasants during a canned hunt. That was in Pennsylvania. We had that story on. I thought this was like something new and different. Now, again, same story we had on days ago. Days ago I talked about that. Jesus, God almighty. President Lincoln still hasn't seen the second act of the play yet. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. Guess what else we're going to have to chew on this week besides those trends coming out Thursday? Not till 1 o'clock Thursday, so we won't really be able to ejaculate about that till Friday at length. Formal charges against Michael expected this week.
Oh!
Formal charges against pop star Michael Jackson will be filed late Thursday or early Friday, the Santa Barbara District Attorney's Office said yesterday. DA Tom Sneddon said in a statement the charges would be filed in Santa Barbara County Superior Court in Santa Maria, a working-class town close to Jackson's Neverland Ranch. Sneddon earlier had pledged to file charges this week and scoffed at suggestions his case was falling apart. Everything will become clear when the charges are filed, he told CNN's Art Harris nearly 2 weeks ago. Monday's statement said a news conference would be held tomorrow to clarify exactly when the charges would be lodged. So they're going to hold a news conference to tell you when they're going to make an announcement. And I think today, later on, they're going to hold a news conference to tell you what time they're holding tomorrow's news conference. Must be some slow news days this week. I guess it's the holidays. Okay, let's get on a whole bunch of calls, thousands of them, before we get to the Rush Limbaugh story. 567. Now, line 1 is working, I'm pretty sure, but how come it, see that?
I don't know, it didn't work that well on the morning show.
Oh, really? But I like that sound, though, don't you? No, I don't mean the sound of the dial tone, but just kind of the way it's like kind of feeding back real good. Now, it was really good. Let me try it again. Let me punch it up. See how that sounds. See what I mean? There's like a reverb on there. I feel like I'm on WABC without the money. 5670560. So line 1 is like a half in and half out, okay? Got that for Fix It if he ever decides to show up. It's half in and half out, Fix It. Kind of like Clarence was this morning when the beast woke up. I think I touched on a raw spot there. You know what I'm saying? I think I did. Better check yourself when you get home. Always good, especially somebody fat and squat like you, to have those, the rooms that have the mirrors all the way around. That way you can just kind of like squat down and look straight behind you. WQAM, hello.
That was pretty funny, Neil.
That's why they call it the rear view mirror. Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Hi, Pally.
Oh, boy. Dave Friedman again, major asshole, fat boy's neighbor. Die, Dave. Die just before the holidays would be really good. Just before Chinooka, so we have something to be grateful about. WQAM. Not there. They all sound like that. Look at that. What is going on with this phone screwed up today? We may have to play comedy bits all day. The phone is a mess. WQAM.
Hey, got a quick question.
There is one that works. Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm up in Boynton Beach,
I'm so sorry.
and I happen to be one of the porkers that's up here. What time are they going to have the van out there at the giving away the CDs?
At the Glory Hole Grill, 7:30 to 9:30.
Oh, tonight? Okay.
Yep.
All right, I'm on days. Maybe I'll swing by there later.
Excellent. Say hi to Joe. Give him a kiss for us.
All right, Neil. Have a good one.
Oh, you haven't seen him yet. 56705. I think it's going to be a lot of fun with these phones today based on the way they sound, don't you? See, because it's the holidays, and obviously nobody really cares. We don't give a schmidt. So we're just funning you. We're just having a little good time before I bail out for a long extended vacation at the end of the year at the ass end. George will be on all week next week. That'll be good news for Teddy Botswana. Hey, Teddy, get your blow-up doll all ready for next week, man. You can be hopping on it for 4 hours every day, 10 to 2, Monday through Friday next week. George will be with you all day. Although, let's see. Now, that can't be right. What happens? What do we have? Do we have, like, ball games on Christmas Day or what?
Huh?
Next Thursday, December 25th, is Christmas Day, okay?
Yeah.
Nobody works on Christmas Day.
I probably will.
You will?
I'm a good Jew. I work on Christmas.
I'll be damned. And, of course, this Friday is the beginning of Chinooka, right?
Yep.
Friday night at sundown, is it? But we got that Big Stars Panthers hockey game on, and we also got the Humper with the Dave Ronstadt show. That should be good. Although hopefully, if they're at least on the Dolphins' part, if Wayne's got any brains at all, by Friday Dave Ronstadt will be back in Chicago with a banjo on his knee. He'll be long gone. Why has he waited so long? You think? What's he waiting for?
Dave's a good guy.
So in other words, only the good guys should have the jobs, no matter how inept they are, like Dave Van Boring and Dave Wanstead, and the world will be so much better place. I mean, everything will be really crappy, but at least I'm trying to think of somebody who's not a good guy who ought to get canned.
Absolutely.
Oh, one name comes to mind immediately. Would you agree? Yes. Well, what would happen if they actually found a way to get rid of him? You would probably have to, you and Clarence would have to race out the door, down that elevator, hand in hand, arm in arm, and race home to hop on that new King Coral mattress again. Just as a celebratory gesture. God, can you even begin to imagine the parties that would break just spontaneously all over the building on that day? Oh. Hey, they hate you like poison, Mo. And take it from the tub and the shrub and the toad and the load and all of that other crap. I do like that, though. That was cute. Yeah, the Mad Dog is on a 2 to 4 sandwich between the toad and the load. I like that.
He had his New York writers come up with that.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Mo, of course, couldn't be with us this morning because he was resting his aching old bones after a long, desperate night last night. I wonder if he was bellyaching about the officiating.
He was actually cuddling with Jay.
Was he really? With Jay Rokeach?
Not exactly.
Oh, with Jay Fiedler and Jay Rokeach. They're both Jewish. Maybe Jay Rokeach let him have one of them pickles. WQAM.
Miserable
son of a bitch. Haven't heard from him in quite a while now. Happy holidays to you, sir. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, Neil?
Yes, sir.
Hi, I have a poll suggestion.
Yes, sir.
For a future poll.
Always open for a good poll.
Well, with the
Clarence says.
With the cellular phones now, you can take your number and run.
Right.
It would be like a two-part poll. Are you going to do it? And if so, who are you going to? Which would tell us, who people think is the best cellular provider around here.
And then there could also be a choice. I don't have a cell phone.
And there could be a choice.
Well, no, I know it comes as a shock to you, but there actually are a few people.
There are one or two
who don't have a cell phone.
There's one or two, yes.
Right, not too many. Okay,
anyway,
good idea.
There was a program on another AM station a couple of weeks ago on a Sunday morning where they were evaluating cell phones,
right,
or cell services rather, not the phones.
Right.
And I couldn't listen to it all, but now that you can do it, I'd really like to hear what the population of this area thinks about it. You're the best, so.
That's a good suggestion. We'll do it soon.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Pally. Have a great holiday.
Keep up the good work.
All right, bye.
Bye.
That is a good idea, don't you think? I mean, it's not scintillating, it's not like dynamic, it's not controversial, but I think, it might be a little bit useful or not, as the case may be. It'll kill a poll one day. And then we can get people to call in on their cell phones, and we can find out what kind of service they got and what kind of phone they're using, and we can see how crappy it sounds, which in almost every case it'll be our fault, the equipment that'll be at fault. Like it is today. I can't believe how bad it was. In fact, line 1 is ringing. This ought to be really good. QAM, hello.
Neil.
Boy, look how good that is. Clear as a bell. Yes, sir.
Hi. I don't know if you discussed this yesterday or not, but I don't know if you noticed the newest double-speak, the 1984 Orwellian thing the government's giving us, that they discovered Saddam's whereabouts by rounding up his family and close associates and conducting hostile questioning.
Yeah.
Which I guess is the nice way of saying that we torture people now.
Right. We plucked out their eyebrows and their fingernails, and we said, well, when do you want us to stop?
Right. They ask him, well, who's going to get the $25 million? Oh, no one's getting it because they didn't volunteer the information. We dragged it out of them with hostile questioning.
Well, no, they said the $25 million they can't give because the person who actually gave the exact location is already in custody for being accused terrorist act. So that's what they claim.
Yeah. So basically, we're the good guys, but now we torture people.
Right. Is there any doubt? In fact, they had a guy on last night who was talking about the psychological, what they're going to do to Saddam now. They're not going to torture him because that would make us look really bad if it got out. But they're going to do all sorts of things just short of that. Like put him in a room where he's disoriented and put water on the floor and have really loud music like in a Clockwork Orange, stuff like that.
And did you notice how drugged he looked in the video yesterday?
Yeah, a little. They said disoriented. Yeah.
Yeah, disoriented because they're pumping him full of something.
Have a great day, Pally.
Okay.
See ya. Hey, we wouldn't do that because we're America, baby. Oh! We used to be great.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
A stench of cow manure hovers over this performance by the Dolphins.
Unmistakably, this is television at its best.
Now, what is the message there? The message is that there are known knowns. There are things we know that we know. There are known unknowns. That is to say, there are things that we now know we don't know.
Strong, bewildering words.
But there are also unknown unknowns. There are things we do not know we don't know.
That makes sense to me.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I'm just talking. It's blah, blah. It's just words.
This has been a presentation of ABC News.
Hermann Goering Rumsfeld, I hope everybody had a chance to take a puke at that picture of him shaking Saddam's hand, squeezing it really tight. That's on our website on neilrogers.com. 1983, 20 years ago, shaking his hand, squeezing it. He was our beloved buddy over there. He was our ace in a hole. Now he's the ace in a spider hole. I just love that thing with the deck of cards. Oh, he was the ace of spades. And right, okay. Like a bunch of children. Speaking of children, Dave High's neighbor faxes in. I haven't listened to your show in a few months nor called either. Oh, yeah, right. In a few months. You should live so long, Dave. Well, I was there. When the hell was I there? In November? We were getting faxes from him. Someone has told me that someone calls your show and you think it's me. It's not. I respect you and the show too much. Besides, I use the fax, not the phone. Regards, Jeff High's neighbor, David. Right. He's listening right now. Hey, David.
Hiya, Pally.
Get a life. And it's not only that's Jeff High's former neighbor. Isn't that something? If that was the thing, your tag on your life, what did you do in your life? What were you known by? Oh, I was Jeff High's former neighbor. That's what made me known. That was my thing in life. Wouldn't you probably just blow your brains out? Something to think about, Dave. Limbaugh wants to keep seized medical records private. How do you like that? Tub. West Palm Beach, Rush Limbaugh claims investigators who seized his medical records violated his privacy. He's asked for a court hearing to help keep the records from being released, according to a petition his attorneys filed yesterday. Limbaugh argues that he cannot be treated for his serious medical conditions because the state seized all of his original charts and files last month and intimidated his doctors. His serious medical conditions. The Palm Beach County State Attorney's Office seized the records for its investigation into whether Limbaugh engaged in illegal drug use and went doctor shopping for prescription painkillers. State Attorney spokesman Mike Edmondson said yesterday that Limbaugh's rights have been scrupulously protected. Limbaugh's attorney, Roy Black, has previously accused the Palm Beach State Attorney's Office of having political motives for investigating whether the conservative radio commentator bought painkillers illegally. Black didn't return phone calls on Friday. The search warrants list prescriptions for more than 2,000 pills from March 24th through September 26th this year alone, 2003. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Great day to get out of your system. Let's hear all those Dolphin fans calling in, whining and whimping and moaning today, right? I'd like to hear the whole station doing that all day today. I think it would be great.
That'd be awesome.
Having a cry fest. And then I heard that one guy calling Joe this morning, whining about the officiating. It must have been the officials. Can you believe that? Good golly, Miss Molly, it's always somebody else. It's a bad call, it's a crappy break, it's this, it's that. It's not the gagging. See, what the Eagles kept doing is are you aware of the fact that on their helmets they had calendars, like a small page of calendar said December on top?
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's a good idea, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Suggested to the Bills on Sunday, as soon as that defense gets out there and they line up, they say, oh, December, and they start gagging and choking and puking on it. Did Mark Duper bring any of the good stuff last night? Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway,
I didn't get
200, isn't it something how we're just supposed to forget about everything?
He's a good guy now,
When are they going to honor Leroy Phillips?
Who?
Lawrence Phillips. Whatever. Leroy. Lawrence, all the same. Lawrence Phillips. Did I say Leroy? Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. How about Cecil the Diesel?
Cecil the Diesel's coming back. In fact, he's going to break into one of the skyboxes in the middle of the night. Probably try to attack Marty. 244 votes. How do you think the capture of Saddam will affect the 2004 election? It's too early to tell. Lots of Schmidt happens, 118. That's a good choice. The Democrats are way behind the 8 ball, 48. I voted for that. The Beast voted for that. They got a long way to go to get with it. Get with it. Although one good thing, though, I'm serious. I hope that at least a few people saw Hardballs last night.
About 30, man.
And so the way Drew Lieberman got just chopped up by Chris Matthews. And the audience, you could tell, was really aghast at most of his answers. It was pathetic. Big boost for Bush puts him far ahead. The Saddam capture. There he is again. With all them lice. 37. Saddam, that is. Bush is in, 27. And no difference, 14. Oh, look at that. There's Wesley Clark. You know where he is right now?
Isn't he testifying in the trial?
He's in Netherlands. He's in The Hague.
Iraqis and international elements present in the court. I think you have to be clear that no.
He was testifying yesterday at the trial of Slavio Milosevic.
And so it can't be a court that can't impose the death penalty. I think the significance of the crimes mandates that death penalty be on the table.
All right. Put it on the table. In fact, just put his ass on the table and let the Iraqis have at him. Just like the Italians did with Mussolini. The only problem there is he was already dead. 5670560, pound 560. And they keep showing this file footage here of the phonies. There he is again. You watching CNN? There's the fake Saddam standing in the middle of the crowd. Like the real Saddam would stand there in the middle of a crowd, not knowing who the hell had a piece, you know? Who the hell are they kidding? Man, these people are crazy. WQAM, hello.
What's up, Neil?
Yes, sir.
How you doing? First of all, that's a mobile on that Sunrise corner. That car wash.
The Krispy Kreme?
No, not none of these things.
I'll be damned.
Did you, I guess you watched the game. Did you hear that broadcast by the old senile Michaels? I used to like him, but he was calling people by names of astronauts and stuff. He didn't know where he was last night.
Well, he just turned 80, Al Michaels. I think maybe it's time for him to start considering, laying the mic down on the floor. One thing I thought Madden said when the first half was pretty interesting, and when he said that after Fiedler threw a pass that was like 20 yards from the nearest receiver, he said he's a tough competitor, Fiedler, but he's not accurate. And I thought, hey, somebody had the balls to say it.
Well, I wish somebody on this radio station would have the balls to say Wannstedt should go besides the Big O. He's the only one with any balls.
And the Big O doesn't have any idea what he's talking about. So if even he can see it, it goes to show you what a bunch of wimps we got on here. Bunch of suck-ups.
The big old giant fat Jew that comes on later in the day with the fat just dripping off of him, that guy will not be critical ever. Never. And Mandich won't either.
But wait a minute. Don't forget, you see, I'm not defending the load, but you got to remember the load has got to, he's got to interview the coach. So no matter who the coach is, he's got to suck up because he does the coach's show. And then you got Mo and the Mad Dog who are on the who are paid employees by the Dolphins for the broadcast. So they're not going to rip the coach in ass. So what do you got left?
Remember Thanksgiving when you went and looked at the turkey and you took that plastic thing off the turkey and it was just kind of like skin and fat? That's what Hank's head looks like. When the fat just dripping off of him.
Okay, well listen, have a great holiday and bring some ham by. He likes that too, even though it's not kosher. Ripping my poor friend the load. How do you like that? By the way, Hank will be on Not a Chula's today because he's dieting for the holidays. We got Boog at 2, the Humper at 4. Ricky Williams show at 7. That should be really special at the Clevelander as Dan LeBastard does a rim job on Ricky. And then you got the Big O at 8 o'clock, Eddie K at 10, and Joe and Mark overnight. Boy, this last guy sucking up to the Big. That's pretty embarrassing.
The Big O's nickname is the voice of the angry fan, man.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what they call him.
I wouldn't know because I can't listen to him. He just, once he starts with that Spanglish baby talk stuff, it just leaves me limp. Anyway, wait till you hear this. This will leave you limp, even a pig like you. Contractor served troops dirty food in dirty kitchens. Maybe not quite as dirty as the kitchen we saw there in Saddam's shack. The Pentagon repeatedly warned contractor Halliburton KBR that the food it served to U.S. troops in Iraq was dirty, as were the kitchens it was served in, NBC News reports. Halliburton, Kellogg, Brown, and Root's promises to improve have not been followed through, according to a Pentagon report that warns serious repercussions may result if the contractor didn't clean up their act too. The Pentagon reported finding blood all over the floor, dirty pans, dirty grills, dirty salad bars, and rotting meats and vegetables in 4 of the military messes the company operates in Iraq, NBC said, citing Pentagon documents. Should I read that again? Blood all over the floor, dirty pans, dirty grills, dirty salad bars, and rotting meats and vegetables.
Any scallions or green onions?
The report came as President George W. Bush fended off Pentagon reports that Halliburton KBR overcharged $61 million for gasoline it sold to military in Iraq. Dick Cheney ran Halliburton for 5 years until becoming vice president and assistant commander-in-chief. The company feeds 110,000 U.S. and coalition troops daily at a cost of $28 per troop per day, NBC said. The Beast said he couldn't even eat breakfast for that amount. The Pentagon found unclean conditions at 4 locations in Iraq, including 1 in Baghdad and 2 in Tikrit. Even in the mess hall where Bush served troops their Thanksgiving dinner, it was dirty in August, September, and October, according to NBC. They probably cleaned it up a little bit when he got there, when he had that fake bird. This adds up to a company that arrogantly is overcharging when they can get away with it and not providing the quality of service that they agreed to do, Representative Henry Waxman of California told NBC. Halliburton, Kellogg, Brown, and Root told NBC that hostile conditions pose special challenges as they serve the 21 million meals so far to the troops at 45 sites in Iraq. We've taken quick action to improve, the company said, as they brushed aside that rotting meat. God almighty, doesn't that sound appetizing? That's the thanks we give to our troops who are putting their lives on the line over there in Iraq where they shouldn't be in the first place, is to feed them a bunch of rotting, bloody crap. Lovely. Nice going. Not to mention, of course, the screwing the veterans are getting here right at home from these chicken hawks. The neocons. I think these are the people that put the con in neocon, I'll guarantee you that. 12 minutes after 11 at 560 WQAM. How's that poll coming? Votes are just pouring in. 270. Not like yesterday. Of course, yesterday was that was like the unleashing of all the emotion with that Sodom crap over the weekend. Oh, there's Nick Robertson. He just crawled out of his hole. Hey, Nick, can you describe to us just how smelly the hole is? He probably never met Screw Ann yet. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Is Troy off? Speaking of Screw Ann, is Troy off the DL yet?
I don't know.
Troy, the boy, you haven't seen him around.
No.
We have to get some people off the suspended list in time for the holidays and the New Year. You don't go suspending people right around the holiday time. That's like stations like Cheap Channel always fire people right before Christmas. Bunch of bastards. Hey, Pete Bolger, believe you me, there's a whole special section in hell just waiting on your ass, you jackass, you grave robber, you axe murderer, you. P.D. Bolger over there at Cheap Channel. You and David Ross and Ron of the Wolf Fink. Man. I hope you have a gigantic pustule opens up on your ass
Rectum.
Just in time for the holidays, okay? I hope it gets infected and rots. 11:13 at 560 WQM. It just wouldn't be Christmas without a Vermont teddy bear under the tree, and adults love them as much as the kids do. The Mother and Cub set is perfect for Mom. You can add as many cubs as you need with your kid's name on the outfit, or send the baby's first Christmas bear and put the baby's name on the bib. Each Vermont teddy bear is handmade in Vermont, will last forever. Call a friendly bear counselor toll-free at 1-800-829-BEAR or shop online at VermontTeddyBear.com. There is guaranteed to be a perfect bear for everybody on your list, like the Santa Bear or the Peace on Earth Angel Bear. Guys, you can send your wife or girlfriend a fun bear with an attitude like the holiday heartthrob wearing silky heart boxers and a Santa hat. You won't believe the reaction you'll get and what else you might get. Order now and have the bear delivered overnight or Christmas week. Call 1-800-829-BEAR or shop them online at the VermontTeddyBear.com. Tell them that old Neil told you to call for the holidays or any special occasion. 1-800-829-BEAR.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Oh! Oh! Miami has the Dolphins. They're the worst football team.
They flub the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. They're on the ground, that's where they'll stay. They're never in control. And when you say Miami, you're talking toilet bowl, 'cause they're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins number. How many teams in the league?
About 30, man.
Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Don't bet on them, you'll always lose. They don't know how to tackle. They don't know how to block.
No.
Their coaches ought to tell them to put Bengay in their jocks. Then they would run much faster, and even in defeat. When we go to the stadium, we'll see Miami Heat, and they're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins number. How many teams in the league?
About 30, man.
Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. The team that hasn't got a clue. Miami has the Dolphins, but the Dolphins have no fans. Just 50,000 assholes sitting in the stands. They watch the game and all they do is moan and gripe and bitch. I wonder how Joe Robbie got to be so goddamn rich. And they're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins number. How many teams in the league?
32.
Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. I hear the crowd begin to boo. The Dolphins have Jay Fiedler. That quarterback's a Jew. Run down the field and he will throw a pass over you. He'll never win a Super Bowl. You shouldn't be surprised. When he gets cut, that doesn't mean that he was circumcised. And they're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins number. How many teams in the league?
32.
Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Jay calls his signals in Hebrew. The Dolphins have no defense and their offense is a joke. Like George Bush eating pretzels, you know they're gonna choke. They'll always disappoint you when they're in a playoff race, with fewer points than pockmarks on Huizinga's ugly face. And they're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins number. Oh, what the hell, 32. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins, now they're through.
11:21 at 560, and they still got those two games, baby. There's still hope. We still got a shot. You know what I'm saying? Still got a shot. Denver's got to lose 2 in a row, and Baltimore's got to lose, and Tennessee's got to lose, and everybody else in the league's got to lose. In fact, both teams playing all remaining games have to lose, and the Dolphins have to beat the Bills and the Jets. Think it's going to happen?
No.
What do you think? We got a shot?
No.
No, I said we.
Oh, the Pats? Yeah.
Yeah, we got a shot. See? Don't lump yourself in with the losers. Just like the hockey thing, you know. Oh, last night I'm watching a little bit of that too, in between hard balls and the Dolphins and all the other stuff I'm watching. And here's my good close personal buddy, the Rim Man. Oh my gosh, these youngsters in the organization, and this kid is going to be great. You know, I don't know how long they think they can keep pedal that. You know, how long do you? Yeah, how long do you?
Every announcer for every team.
No, I'm not blaming Rimmer, but I'm just saying that whole this is the storyline that they keep trying to peddle to the public. It's not going to fly, Alan. It's not going to fly. Public ain't buying it. They're not showing up. Even the people with the freebie tickets aren't showing up. That whole thing, I mean, that goes back years now. The youngsters in the organization, yeah, they do have some good young kids out there. But first of all, nobody knows who most of them are because the names keep changing like every couple of weeks. You need to have a scorecard with a pencil and a big eraser. And number two, you can't have a team made up of all youngsters in the organization. And a team that's losing $17 million or maybe $20 million a year, whatever the hell it is, they got real tourists, baby. They got problems. And I don't say that with any delight. I think it's going to be a sad day when hockey leaves South Florida. But I think it's just inevitable, barring some kind of a miracle. You see hockey being around in South Florida, assuming that they somehow the NHL and the Players Union resolved the thing, even with 1 year off. You think in 5 years, if there's still an NHL, there's going to be a team in South Florida?
No.
I don't see it.
But the commissioner was down. He had so much fun. And
Yeah,
he enjoyed it.
and the commissioner, Mr. Blue Sky. See, that nose is so big, every time he looks up to the sky, he can't see what's really going on up there. So it could be snowing, 5 feet of snow in the middle of Manhattan, and he'd think the sun was shining and it was 90 degrees.
You missed the great interview that Goldie did with the commissioner at the game on the big screen.
Oh, I can imagine the color of that tongue after that. Goldie really give him a good lick job? Huh? No, come on, don't be playing that. I want to hear the real story.
Actually, Goldie did a good job, and then had a little joke at the end, and he said, Commissioner, I hear you're going to bring the All-Star game back to South Florida, and Gary Bettman waddled away. It was funny.
Up the butt.
Yeah. What a jerk, that Gary Bettman, man. Everything is fine, and this market is a great hockey market, and everything really is in place here, and all this other bull crap. Everything is always fine. He could be laying in intensive care with blood pouring out of every pore in his body. Oh, don't worry, everything's fine. Speaking of everything not so fine in Hallandale, city opposes Miriam Elephant as MLK parade leader. This is so tragic. Ludicrous. It's even more embarrassing than having Mark Duper there at that ball game last night getting an award, even though you're sucking up, of course. You just would. Anybody who's a jock, you'll suck up to him. Am I right? Even if they brought Cecil the Diesel in right now and sat him right there across from you, you'd say, hey, Cecil, man, you really were great. Too bad things didn't work out for you. Who's the guy that tried to commit suicide for Michigan State that they signed after the Packers dumped him? Tony,
the defensive lineman?
Yeah.
I forget his name.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. I think it was from the Vikings, wasn't he?
Vikings, Packers, one of them Nordic teams. One of them Nazi teams up there. I don't know. But at any rate, he was from Michigan State. He tried to commit suicide. That's the kind of guy, and if they brought him in there right now, he'd say, hey, nice comeback, baby. Maybe we can send you back to school. Maybe you can get a scholarship for the Hurricanes, even though you're like about 34 now. No problem. If it was good enough. Who was that old quarterback that they had who was like about 40 years old a few years ago?
Who?
You know the one I'm talking about. The Hurricanes. Come on.
No,
the old guy. Gino Toretta.
Florida State had Chris Winkie. It was like
No, Gino Toretta. He was like 45 years old.
Huh?
Playing. Yeah, he was.
All right.
If he wasn't at least 40, he made George Blanda look like a teenager. City opposes Elephant as MLK parade leader. Organizers of Hallandale Beach's Martin Luther King Jr. Parade have named suspended Broward Supervisor of Elections Miriam Elephant as the parade's grand marshal, sparking a new battle with city officials who prefer somebody else. Anybody else. Are you people crazy in Hallandale or what?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot, it's the Sonny Rosenberg factor. It's the outhouse gang factor again. Officials of the city, which has contributed $50,000 to the January 19 parade, want 85-year-old Maudie James, recipient of the city's MLK Humanitarian Award, to serve as the Grand Marshal. And they're questioning the decision by members of the predominantly black Northwest Community Civic Association in selecting Elephant, who was suspended by Governor Bush last month amid charges of late opening polls, uncounted absentee ballots, and failure to update voter rolls, among many other issues. City officials and the Civic Association plan to meet tomorrow night to discuss the issue. A potential compromise could be in the works. There are early talks of both Elephant and James, who's also black, sharing the honor of riding in a frontline convertible along the parade route, waving to the crowd. Oh, man. Miriam Elephant, let's have a ticker tape parade for her, for a great job that she done. Only in South Florida, man. In fact, while we're at it, why don't we have a parade for Teresa Laporte? We'll ship her ass down from Palm Beach County. Honor her for them great butterfly ballots. And we can also ship over a Catherine Harris, okay, before she makes her big bid. Let's bring Catherine Harris in there, too. And Columba Bush and all of the other crooks. 26 past 11 at 560 WQM. That poll, man, is shaping up. Not looking too good either. How do you think the capture of Saddam Hussein will affect the 2004 election? Well, maybe it's not that bad. 318 votes and almost half say it's too early to tell. Lots of Schmidt happens. 157, 49.3% say, hey, lots of crap can happen. Democrats are way behind the 8 ball, 63. Big boost for Bush puts him far ahead, 49. Bush is in, 31. And no difference, 18.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
I broke in through her bedroom window at 5 a.m. to dip my wig. what I did I knew was criminal. But that ain't nothing new if you play for the fish. I guess my girlfriend forgot to tell me that another bitch was someone else's wife. Oh man, her early husband was mean and healthy, and I found out when it chased me with a knife. Why didn't that bitch tell me? It was too dark to see. She'd be in bed with her husband, and that scares the piss out of me. Feet don't fail me now.
I got a second poll for starting at noon. I'm inspired. You know what?
Okay.
You're going to like this.
Okay.
What athlete was the biggest scumbag ever to play for a South Florida team? You like that?
Wow.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Give me a name to start. Well, how about Cecil Collins?
That works.
Okay. Fresh in our minds right now. Give me one more name.
Well, Lawrence. You got to put on Lawrence Phillips.
Lawrence Phillips. Okay. By the way, but somebody get that broad out of the locker already? She's starting to make a lot of noise. Lawrence Phillips. Okay, now we're going to have to fax this, I guess, to Eric, or you're going to have to communicate or something like that. Have you been talking to him?
No.
Oh, no wonder you sound like you're in such a good mood. No, hey, Eric's doing it, baby. He's on top of it. He's right on top of the goddamn buffet.
By the way, I just dug into another shake here.
Oh, another one of those Enterex. Those are damn good things,
good,
man.
yeah.
They're delicious. They really are. I'm not bullshitting you, man.
I know.
And I'm talking about the audience. And they don't make you crap your brains out. They don't have any maltitol in them. Do not ever get those Atkins diet bars.
Yeah,
those,
I tried that once. And then the Atkins shakes.
Oh. Man.
Oh,
no, I'm not talking about... No, you're probably thinking of the Advantage bars, the ones that taste really bad, the original Atkins ones.
No.
They taste awful, but they don't make you crap. But the new ones, begins with an E. What, Indulge or Enlarge?
Yeah, I've had those. They make Indulge like peanut butter cups. I tried them once, and oh my goodness.
Yeah, same effect, huh?
Horrible.
Wow. I had a 2-hour session here last Tuesday evening or Wednesday, whenever the hell it was. It was like the end of the world. I would have thought I lost about 80 pounds easy. So here's the next poll. We'll probably have some calls on it, some suggestions. What athlete was the biggest scumbag to ever play for a South Florida team? I guess we'll change it at 1, okay?
By the way, that player was something Underwood, right? The defensive lineman that...
Tony Underwood?
No, it's Damian Underwood or something.
No, not
Underwood.
Damian. It was not Damian. Damian was
Demetrius Underwood. There he is.
Very good. I am so proud of the beast. Demetrius Underwood.
It was actually Josh that said Demetrius, but I got the Underwood.
Like I said, nice going, Josh. Demetrius Underwood. What are the overs and unders on Demetrius Overwood? I remember my friend DeLode, my close personal friend, back in the days when the Cecil stuff was going on. And, Hank and I get along great. I love Hank. But he was so desperate to try to because when you get close to the team, you can't be objective. This is one thing that bothers me about our station is that we got too many people on here who are very close to coaches or players, and you can't be objective
like
at
who?
all. I'm not mentioning no names, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like guys that have their head up Jay Fiedler's ass.
Rectum.
Yeah.
Howard from Boca.
Right. Now, he's not the only one. We've got some other people on the station who are very, very
I get
tight.
accused of that a lot.
We get some Dan Marino lickers on there, always, no matter if Danny had a crappy game, they'd always make excuses, But the fact of the matter is, back when Cecil, this story was going on, and the load said, well, maybe he was just trying to take a look. Maybe he just wanted to take a look when he broke into Broad's window, And I thought to myself, it's kind of like when you go into a department store, and you're kind of browsing around, and the salesperson comes over and says, may I help you? And you say, no, just looking. And so when a woman's husband came and said, what are you doing here, man? I'm just looking. Maybe he just wanted to get a look. That was funny, Hank. That was one of your really...
that was funny.
That was a bad moment. Maybe his blood sugar was about 800 that day. He just wanted to get a look. Now, speaking of people who are a little bit off, how about Scott Jr.? We decided where he's gone?
No,
actually, yeah, he's there. He's at the Shell.
At the Shell where? There is no Shell there.
He said he's already there at the Shell.
He's at some Shell somewhere,
Well, no, that's not going to cut it. The Shell where? There's a Shell. I'm trying to think in my mind. There's a shell on Broward University. We've been there, but we already been there. Sunrise and University. Now let's see, I'm getting confused. Pine Island University, that's the shell, right?
I don't know. I don't venture to Broward, so who knows?
You don't venture to Broward?
No, I live in the MIA. I live in the 305.
How can there be a Pine Island University? It's like they run parallel. I mean, Pine Island and Sunrise. That's where the shell station is I'm thinking of. Sunrise and University, that's the one where there's a Fuddpuckers on one corner.
Maybe Scott Jr. can give us a call back and let us know what
There's a mobile across the street, and I'm sure the guy's right. I'm sure it's a Chevron next to those awful movie theaters there where I saw Godfather 300 years ago.
Never saw it.
Huh? No, but we're just trying to figure out. It would be nice if we could tell the audience where the hell he was. That might help a little bit. Or maybe we can start a new deal when we do the fundraiser. Find a QAM van. Yeah, that would be good.
We can play Where in the World is Scott Jr.
Right. And only hope for the best. In other words, like far away. Okay, so we'll start like about, I don't know, when we feel like it, maybe 12:30. We'll change the poll because we got to get some names on there. Demetrius Underwood. That is the guy that tried to commit suicide, right?
He has some issues.
Why is it that they always think they can rehab scumbags like Lawrence Phillips? Because generally speaking, I think that people in professional sports really, when you come right down to it, they never met a scumbag they didn't like. If they can help win them some ball games, if they can put some asses in the stands, put some cash in their pocket, solidify their job, they don't give a crap what you did or who you did or any of that crap. Am I right? Oh, I shouldn't ask you because you're a hurricane guy. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon line. WQAM. QAM.
Yes, how you doing, Uncle Neil?
Pretty good, sir.
Okay, a couple of quick points. The grieviness would be good because you could need it on the Atkins.
Right, that's true.
I dropped 25 in 2 months on the Atkins, which is good.
Oh,
and
wow.
I don't know if you mentioned this the last couple of days. I didn't hear it. But did you hear about those prayer partners with the child services? Did you ever bring that up?
The prayer partners?
Yes, the Department of Services, Child Services down here, Child Welfare, they're getting together with churches and prayer groups to take one specific worker, and they're going to pray for those people to be able to do their job properly.
Oi! Great.
Yeah, the guy who ran it from Oklahoma said that it worked well in Oklahoma, so he's going to be able to do it here.
It's great for Oklahoma, man. I think, you know something, I think the Civil War was a waste of time. I think that the North and South was a good idea.
I do too, but
Yeah.
it's just, you got to live with these people down here, and it's a shame. Have yourself a wonderful day, Neil, and I'll see you at the border soon.
Zygazun. Oh, look, Mark Fitzpatrick. It says the pregnant wife beater. Well, that was the accusation, and of course most of us believed it. Mark Fitzpatrick. Nobody's going to remember who that was. He was I wouldn't want to say, he was the backup goalie for the Geezer. Mark Fitzpatrick. Now, do you think that we should put John Van Beesbrook on there because of his racially grotesque, unacceptable comments that got him canned from his minor league coaching job here in Canada?
Yeah, but that was after he left here.
Oh.
Well, you have to. Do you want it to be while they were here? Or
no, I want to put somebody on there that Rimmer can vote for. Oh, he hates him. He despises the Geezer. I can say that now. He ain't never going to be coming back to town. He hates him like poison. Do you know that the day that he got into trouble for the N-word and all of that other stuff, I was on a plane coming to Toronto. He was on the same plane with his family. Didn't say hello to me. I didn't say hello to him. I don't know why. Just kind of like looked at it. Because then born-again Christians, I'm always like a little suspicious, you know. And then sure enough, later that day or the next day, the whole story blew about his big racist mouth. Born-again Christian, you know. The Geezer. He didn't really mean it. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. WQAM.
Hello, Neil.
Yes?
Michael Cocaine Irvin.
Michael Irvin's excellent.
Thank you.
Beast ain't going to be too happy about that, though.
He had the White House issues in Dallas.
Yeah, he had a few issues. You know what I'm saying? Nothing really big, just a little head cold. That's why I kept blowing his nose. And you'll notice the Jimmy Johnson connection there. Jimmy never met a scumbag he didn't like.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Fucking blow.
Lawrence Taylor got caught when he allegedly bought cocaine.
All right.
He was in Myrtle Beach, acting just like Stacy Keach. Cocaine.
Oh!
I might cry, Elsie, why did you buy cocaine? One of Dallas's stars might wind up behind bars for cocaine. Michael Irvin got caught in a car when he bought cocaine.
Oh!
They played football on roads, now they're all doing drugs, cocaine.
11:45. It's going to be a tough battle. Which athlete was the biggest scumbag to ever play for a South Florida team? We got a short list so far. We'll have lots more, I'm sure. Cecil Collins, Lawrence Phillips, Demetrius Underwood. I mean, I don't think he ever actually played. Did he play a game? I remember they signed him.
Very many.
They signed him, and then he freaked out again. Mark Fitzpatrick or Michael Irvin. That's the start. You're going to be so psychotic, all of you, when you hear this. Maybe. Cardinal says U.S. treated Saddam like a cow. A top Vatican official said today he felt pity and compassion for Saddam Hussein and criticized the U.S. military for showing video footage of him being treated like a cow. They left the ARD off the end of it. Cardinal Renato Martino, head of the Vatican's Justice and Peace Department and a former papal envoy to the United Nations, told a news conference it would be illusory to think the arrest of the former Iraqi president would heal all the damage caused by a war which the Holy See opposed. I mean, that's one thing. I agree with him on that, but we treated him like a cow. What do they want us to do? Cater him like a nice Christmas dinner? I felt pity to see this man destroyed, the military looking at his teeth as if he were a cow. They could have spared us these pictures, said Cardinal Martino. Seeing him like this, a man in his tragedy, despite all the heavy blame he bears, I had a sense of compassion for him. See, one thing, just like Jimmy Johnson, the Vatican never met a scumbag they didn't like. Martino was referring to the videotape released by the U.S. military. We know what tape it was. Martino was one of the Vatican officials most strongly opposed to the U.S.-led invasion of Iraq. He said, it was true we should be happy that this arrest has come about because it's the watershed that was necessary and hope that this will not have worse and other serious consequences, but it's not the total solution to the problems of the Middle East, he said. Martino said the Vatican hoped the arrest of Saddam can contribute to promoting the peace and democratization of Iraq. But he added, it seems to me to be illusory to hope this will repair the dramas and the damage of the defeat for humanity that a war always brings about. And it goes on and on. I can agree with him about all that other stuff, but about he feels sorry for Saddam who killed hundreds of thousands, maybe 1 million people, because we treated him like a cow. We looked inside of his mouth. Oh, man. Like I said, they ought to pluck him apart, cell by cell. Wouldn't that be great? Could drag that out for like months and months, maybe years. Make it into a mini-series. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. So Strom Thurmond knocked up a 16-year-old black girl. It's kind of like shades of Thomas Jefferson all over again. Although, generally speaking, when you think of Thomas Jefferson, you don't think of Strom Thurmond in the same moment. I could be wrong. And what do you think about that idea of going back to separating North and South again? All the mugwumps, they can have the South back again. All the rednecks, all the yahoos, the trailer trash, they can have the South back again. And the civilized people can all live in the North. Okay, we'll have to have some, a little extra clothing like I got here. Oh, the Blades brothers. Brian Blades. Isn't that the one we want?
Yeah, the receiver, Brian. Brian.
The receiver?
Well, there was two of them. Benny was the defensive
I know.
Okay.
Benny and the Jets. Benny was with the Lions, right? And Brian played for Seattle. And when he was with Seattle, Dennis Erickson said, oh, we don't have time for anything. No, it wasn't Dennis Erickson. It was his agent who said he's got to go out to training camp. We got to run fast and jump high. Something like that. Or get high. Brian Blades. Okay. Boy, you inspired me for the next bit I'm going to play.
Okay.
Let's see. It says, this is a fact. Biggest scumbags, the guy who shot and killed his cousin, can't remember the name. Did you hear the big news story this morning? The Coast Guard caught 50 illegal immigrants on a boat in Miami. Can you imagine illegal immigrants on a boat in Miami? Not really. I never heard of a thing like that. What a concept. Mark it down. Mark it on the calendar that December 16, 2003, there were illegal aliens on a boat. Maybe we got another aliens. A little something for next year. Oh, that would be great. Wouldn't it be good? have another alien to carry us over for months and months, and we can scream and yell and holler, and we get all them old crazy Cuban callers back in again. Ba, 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 go on.
Incredible.
Like that. WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil. How you doing?
Yes, sir. Pretty good.
I got another scumbag for you.
Okay.
How about Najee Davenport? Remember, he's the UM guy who took a dump on that laundry basket in UM?
What was his name?
Najee Davenport.
Najee?
Najee.
Najee.
That's the beast, yeah, he knows. And another thing, I remember that show when, exactly. I remember that show when Hank was trying to defend what Cecil did.
Cecil, yeah. He said he just wanted to look around.
He was just trying to dip his wig, is what he said.
You remember now? That was part of the ongoing, he just wanted to dip his wick.
that was before
That's how they wound up getting in that Book O'Brien bit, right?
Exactly. That was before the facts came out. All right, Neil. Have a good day.
Thanks, Pally. Have a great holiday.
Bye-bye.
Najee Davenport. Now, you should probably be pretty familiar with Najee.
Najee, yep. Sure.
You should even know how it smelled, probably. You should know what the aroma was, what he had for dinner the night before. You know what they say? Jimmy cracked corn, and Najee ate it. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Yeah, I like that poll a lot better. We'll change it around 12.
About 30, man.
Around 12:30. So we find out where Scott Jr. is yet?
No.
He hasn't called in to tell us where he is?
No.
What a jerk, man. What an idiot. I just don't understand it. I do understand
no
it.
Clue.
It's the QMFing way. It's just, if you're totally incompetent, if you haven't got a clue what the hell, which side is up and which side is down, you're hired. Believe me. See, as much as I like Pharrell a lot, the fact that he brought him in, dragged him along with him, that was part of the baggage we had to put up with. 56705.
Pharrell didn't really bring him in. He just kind of followed.
He followed him down the Hershey Highway. How do you think the capture of Saddam will affect the 2004 election? That's poll number 1 today. We got 374 votes. Not too bad. It's too early to tell. Lots of Schmidt happens. 182. We got 11 months to go, baby. The Democrats are way behind the 8 ball. 75. Beast voted for that, and so did I. They got to get with it. Get with it. Hop on it. Big boost for Bush puts him far ahead. 57. Bush is in. 38. Game, set, and match. And no difference. Only 22. I don't know. The market is up a little bit today, but it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the housing starts. They had the CPI went down 0.2 of a point, but we had a record number of housing starts. All this other bullcrap. So the Dow is up 61 and Nasdaq's down about 8. Think it means anything?
No.
No. The good news is that Walmart said their sales for in the crapper. Not good. Not a good report from Walmart, to which we say,
all right.
Excellent. Anything that's bad news for Walmart is good news for America and the rest of the world, too. WQAM.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
I have a suggestion for your poll.
Go right ahead.
Ramon Castro.
Ramon Castro?
Yeah, he's the Marlins catcher who...
the rapist alleged, yeah. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, he deserves a place on there.
He deserves honorable mention, right.
Exactly.
Thanks a lot, Pally.
You got it, baby.
And have a great holiday.
You too.
Ramon Castro, of course, again, that's still in limbo, right? He hasn't gone to trial.
Right, yeah.
Well, there have been so many, so many scumbags in so little time. Who else was it the Dolphins had? They used to snort the chalk lines. Who was that?
Which one?
Well, give me a name.
I don't know.
Running back. Number 33. Huh. I'm just picking a number out of the air. Oh, come on. You got to know who I'm talking about.
I have no idea.
Okay. Fine. Oh, here's a good one. Nice going, Mike and Plantation. Excellent choice. Jose Canseco. Never stole a freight train, but other than that, he done it. It said he's definitely a scumbag and a South Florida athlete, although I don't think he actually played here. Well, he's a South Florida... Well, you're right. Maybe he doesn't qualify. Never played... Nah, cross it out. Sorry. Never played for a South Florida team. I'll tell you he's a scumbag in a different category in my book, even though most people would not agree. And that's the Pudge Master. You know how the Marlins sent Pudge packing? I just can't deal with a guy who builds a gigantic statue as a monument to himself in his yard, and then number 2 says, oh, gee, $7 million a year plus the $3 million that from the first year's $10 million a year in the next 2 or 3 years ain't gonna buy me enough beef burritos to keep my ass as fat as it already is. Wouldn't you say that qualifies him as a scumbag?
Well, rumor I've heard through the grapevine.
Yeah.
That when he left Texas, he was completely had no money. Oh. He had, like every other professional athlete, just gotten rid of all of his cash.
What a shame.
So, he needs to support the lifestyle.
Maybe he's got a little bit of Yager problem. Maybe he likes to go to Vegas and, roll the dice a little bit.
Like
Put him on there, Pudge Rodriguez. He might get some votes just out of frustration from people that are pissed off about his crappy attitude. They kept saying, oh, this is going to come to an end and we're not going to spend this kind of wild money and all this craziness is never going to end. Never going to end. It's destroying the National Hockey League. They're about done. They're about finished. Destroying baseball. And they keep saying, oh, no, we're going to stop with that. 7 million ain't enough. 10 million ain't enough. What did he hit, like 297 last year? He was big in the playoffs. See, I'm doing a sports show now. Damn it, I hate this. But what did he hit, like 16 home runs?
Yeah.
Is that worth like $10 million? Is that worth $10, $12 million a year? No. Pudge Rodriguez, you make me sick to my stomach, Pudge. And I used to like him. I used to admire him. I thought he was a hell of a player.
He's no A-Rod.
He's no Payrod. Oh, that's your team. Your team, they're making that Ramirez Payrod deal. I keep reading about it in the Boston Globe. What?
I hope so.
You hope so, yeah. I hope you are saddled with his $25 million a year. I hope you have to pay all of it. And then I hope he breaks his leg on opening day.
Oh, come on.
56705. I can't stand him, man. It leaves me limp. I mean, it would be like working in a radio station where they pay you a fortune and everybody else is working for like $5-6 an hour, Beast.
Yeah, I know that deal.
Oh. WQAM.
Hey, Mercury Morris.
Mercury, that's it. Thank you, sir. He used to be
number
on WQAM.
22.
Number 22 in your heart and number 42785 in the prison cell.
And Jose played for Coral Park Senior. So he did play for a team down here.
Then we'll put his ass right back on there. Good point. Thank you.
Okay.
Mercury Morris, old Merc, he was on QAM for about 5 minutes. And Jose Canseco makes it back on the list. Good point. Played his high school balls. Hey, Jose, what's that in your hand? Him and his brother just seem to have, you know what it is? I think trouble follows them around. You know what I mean?
By the way.
Yes? Something?
Faxer suggested this. There's a great website which details every criminal athlete there ever was.
Really?
So if you want to go in there in the break, you can probably find some good ones. It's cracksmoker.com.
Oh, great. Cracksmoker.com. I'm surprised they didn't have Merck there with Duper and Clayton last night. Duper and Clayton were great. I'm not knocking them. They were great. I was even a Dolphin fan during those years. Can you believe that?
No.
Going to all of the games, me and Fat Rich, the fat man, getting there early, eating them big sub sandwiches from down there in Kendall. And then Fat Rich would bring all of his silly Hurricane fan buddies over there with their Hurricane outfits on. And I finally said to myself, you know what? These people are a bunch of jerks. This is for morons. If there's one thing I cannot stand, it's a
Absolutely.
Ron.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
I am Frau Ileana Ross-Leitman, and I like scrubbing my smelly gorilla ass with soap made from jewels and listening to the Neil Roque Comunista Hour.
The other night, was there a fight on the 4th of July? 'Cause now his cousin's dead, a bullet in the head. What happened? We don't know. Something fishy smells, but he won't tell. So we'll ask Brian, what did you do? Brian, what did you do? Seems not so long. He was standing on his folks' lawn, and he was crying, Brian, crying, Brian. It's hard to understand. It was an accident with 2 shots flying. I don't know why your agent Drew claims the cops' report's untrue. I want to know some more, so tell me what's the score. Brian, what did you do accidentally? or just maybe you're lying. What did you do? Crying. What did you do? Yes, now he's gone. And from this moment on, we're asking Brian, 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 yeah, Brian, Brian, what did you do?
12:04 at 560 WQAM. So Benny Blades has got some tourists just recently. Did you know that this month?
Really?
Did you know that? So you're learning already. Did we hear from Scott Jr.?
Yeah, actually, he just called. He is at a Shell on University in Sunrise. There's a mobile across from him, but he's there.
Oh, I know which one it is. Yeah, see, I knew that. All these smart asses. Oh, there's no Shell station there, Neil. Yeah, I've only lived there about 100 years. Right down the old Hershey Highway there. How's he doing? Has he got a whole bunch of money yet?
No, he's got nothing.
Well, he's got nothing because we haven't told anybody where the hell he is yet. So he wasted a whole hour because he's a moron. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Jesus, Junior. He's probably busy stocking up on Krispy Kremes. Shell Station corner University and Sunrise in prestigious Plantation. And he'll be there till 2 o'clock and bring all the cash you got for abandoned pet rescue. And you can drop off some toys, too, for the Joe Mark Toy Drive. Benny Blades, former Lion Benny Blades, which I put him on, by the way, added him to the list. And Sammy Smith, which I remembered, Sammy, just before you sent me the fax, must have been psychic powers again. Benny turned himself into authorities yesterday, or no, it was, what's the third? 2 weeks ago yesterday, to face charges of being a deadbeat dad. Blades, who played defensive back for 9 seasons with the Lions, was charged with failing to pay nearly $300,000 in child support to the mother of a 12-year-old Southfield girl, one of 6 children he fathered with 6 women. I guess that qualifies him for scumbag status, don't it? He was also charged with child abandonment. Blades, 37, of Plantation, Florida, turned himself into the Wayne County Sheriff's Department, said Matt Davis, a spokesman with the Michigan Attorney General's office. As of Monday evening, that was the 3rd, he hadn't posted bond. Interview with the Detroit Free Press, Blades said he wanted to work out a settlement with the girl's mother, but her lawyer refused to talk to him. And it goes on at great length. In 1999, a judge ordered Blades to pay $860 a week in child support for the girl, but Blades said he thought the order had been modified to reflect his current salary as a substitute teacher with the Broward County School District in Florida. All right! Excellent! Hey, Teach, what do you got? Anything good? So we got that. We got Sammy Smith, Benny Blades. Any other ones? This cracksmoker.com is interesting, but I'm only able to find the December thing in their Hall of Fame as well. There's still another Dolphin running back that I can't think of who the hell it was, who was a notorious, had a little nose problem. Well, somebody will come up with it. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. The bookster for the Mad Dog at 2. Hank Goldberg in the studio. The, what is it again? The load. Hank the load will be on 4 to 7.
That was funny.
Ricky Williams show 7 8. Hey, Ricky, get a haircut, do something, man. You look gruesome. You make me look good, which I thought was impossible. You make the people in Montreal look good, Ricky.
On that crack smoker, you go by sports on the left there. So you NFL, NBA, MLB.
Oh, yeah?
So you, whatever sport you want, you can find the assholes.
Well, I don't have like all day. I mean, you got plenty of time on your hands there to diddle around with it. Cracksmoker.com message board. The new Kobe watch line. I don't see where you're looking at. I guess I have to scroll down a little bit, huh? Oh, I got to scroll on the other side. That's what I didn't do. Oh, yeah, you're right. NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL, NCAA basketball. All kinds of good stuff. You be right. Okay, well, you got a lot of time to fart around with that. I don't. I'm on here trying to fake my way through it. Do a great radio show. Hey, listen, it's the holidays, man. Don't expect too much. How's the other pool coming? Let's wrap that other one up at 12:30 and get this on there. I'm kind of interested to see. 424 votes. How do you think the capture of Saddam will affect the 2004 election? It's too early to tell. Lots of Schmidt happens. 204, 48%. The Democrats are way behind the 8 ball, 82. Big boost for Bush puts him far ahead, 69. Bush is in, 44, and makes no difference, only 25. Only 25 of you say, ain't gonna make no difference, no how. And what is this thing you just sent me? Oh, I've already got this story. Thank you very much. It's on our website about the Texas woman busted for hawking erotic toys. Thank you. It's on our website. I'll get to it. Or not. But I do like this poll. Don't you think this is a great poll? And not an easy choice. If you had to vote right now, well, see, I'm not going to ask you because you're not objective. You will not vote for anybody who went to the U of M. Would you? But see, you probably know some of these punks personally. You probably shared some pretty good stories with some of these people, and God only knows what else you shared with them.
Couple, 2, 3.
Yeah. WQAM.
Yeah, I got the running back that Neil's looking for.
Okay, who is it?
That's Mr. Mercury Morris.
No, he's on there.
Oh, he's on there?
Old Merc.
I didn't hear him mention that. All right, thanks.
Thank you. Mercury Morris is on it. That goes back to, we're not talking that long ago. This is more recent. Maybe like 8, 10 years ago. WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Is it Pete?
It sounds like you. It sounds just like you.
Oh, well, I got the running back.
Go ahead.
Bobby Humphrey.
Bobby Humphries, excellent. Thank you so much, sir.
You got it.
And have a great day. Bobby Humphries. See, I never would have remembered. Would you have ever remembered him?
No.
He was only here for a few minutes.
About 30, man.
He was in town for about 30 minutes. Bobby Humphries. And the joke used to be that he was snorting up all the chalk lines and they couldn't play the game. Bobby Humphries. They never learn their lesson. Oh, let's give him one more chance. Like Lawrence Phillips. Come on. One more chance. Oh, and speaking of him, and I tore up the damn thing. You know, we already had the story on a couple of weeks ago back in November when it happened. Lawrence Phillips has another little contretemps. He just seems to have this neurotic repetition problem. You know what I mean? He just keeps doing it over and over again. He's basically run out of countries. Didn't he also play in the European and at the, what do they call it? Phony baloney
World
League? The WLAF?
The NFL Europe.
Is that what they call it?
I believe so.
I thought it used to be the WLAF, the World League of American Football, and then they changed it to something else. And Amsterdam's got a team and a bunch of other players. Boy, I could just see him in Amsterdam.
Wait a minute. Josh just got off the phone and he is swearing up a story. He's very not happy.
Why is that?
I just keep getting calls on the phone, like about, for Scott and this and
Yeah.
that. I'm just not answering it anymore.
Like his personal phone calls?
I guess. They're asking for him.
You're getting calls on the bat line for Scott Jr.?
Yeah, like all day.
Oh, my God. See, one thing I told you about him that nobody believed me in the beginning.
He's an asshole.
Yeah. Okay? Don't take it personal unless you want to, Junior. Boy, oh boy, what are we going to do about him? Pack him up in a suitcase and send up to Pharrell in Chicago, okay? Won't be able to get rid of him that easy. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon line. What athlete was the biggest scumbag to ever play for a South Florida team? Cecil Collins, Bobby Humphries, Lawrence Phillips, Demetrius Underwood, Mark Fitzpatrick, Michael Irvin, Brian Blades, Naja Davenport. Is that his name?
It's Najee.
Najee?
It's spelled N-A-J-E-H.
E-H? Oh, Najee. Well, why didn't you say Najee?
Like Tarjay.
Faye. Ramon Castro. Pudge Rodriguez, only because he's a prick. Mercury Morris. Jose Canseco. Sammy Smith. And Benny Blades. Got a good list going so far. We haven't even worked up a sweat yet. WQAM, line 9.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, this is Mike. Hey, I was calling. You should go and check out badjocks.com.
Okay.
And they got a lot of cool stuff there. They have like the blood alcohol content ranking, Hall of Fame.
Excellent.
Bad Jocks scoreboard, caught with weed, 30 high school coach sex scandals, 165.
Beauty.
Yeah, badjocks.com.
I'll hop right on. Thanks a lot,
Okay.
Mike.
All right, bye.
Badjocks.com. How come you will not say, before this day ends, I want you to rip Dave Van Boring an ass?
About what?
About how bad he is. His performance is unacceptable.
What I heard was
I just don't understand how so many people in this town get a free pass. I don't get it.
The inside story I've heard about him is that on that last day he was sick. He wasn't
Oh,
feeling
get
well.
out of here. He never ever got more, even when he has an orgasm, he never got more excited than that. Get out of here. That guy is the most boring terminal. He was sick. Why would you make excuses for him? He must be sharing something with you.
Where's Joe Angel when you need him?
He got canned in Frisco. Bring him back. I wonder why he got canned in San Francisco. There's another guy for some strange reason. He used to be there, came to South Florida. I mean, I like Joe. Joe is pretty good. And especially compared to that egotistical, arrogant prick Dave O'Brien. Who was
the tension between those two in the booth?
And then, of course, they hated each other. It was kind of like Mo and Joe, the old Mo Joe.
Mo and Goldie?
And Mo and Goldie. Why, is there that much tension between them now? I guess probably because Mo knows that Goldie wants off of that show.
Absolutely.
I mean, desperately, and hates him like poison, and is making it more known around the building than he used to, because he's hoping that that'll get him on with his buddy Joe Rose between 8 and 10, and I think that would be fine. I think Mo and the big, the Omo show. The Omo between 5 and 8, and then the Homo between 10 and 2. Sandwiched in between the turd burger and the toad and the load. I gotta be honest with you, Mo, that's the best line you've ever come up with in your, the toad and the load. That's better than the schlub and the tub. Picking on Hank just because he gained an ounce or two, huh? Speaking of that, ever tasted one of those awful meal replacements? Most of them taste like dreck. You'll take one sip and probably spit it right back out. That's what I always do. Just check out how much sugar they got. Now there's a product that tastes great and is sugar-free. Enterex Diabetic, even endorsed by the Beast now.
Tastes good.
By the guy who's tried everything. Enterex Diabetic is the best-tasting meal replacement drink ever formulated for people with diabetes and also for people looking to reduce their sugar intake. In other words, for fat slobs. See, they're trying to be like delicate the way they say this, for fat people like me and the Beast. Sweetened with Splenda brand sucralose, so there's no nasty taste like you get with those drinks that use saccharin or aspartame. Enterex Diabetic is a complete balanced nutritional supplement that provides fiber, antioxidants, and also is low in saturated fat and cholesterol. Enterex Diabetic is also gluten and lactose free. An 8-ounce can provides 237 calories of deliciously healthy nutrition that's internationally recommended by doctors and dietitians too. So don't sacrifice proper nutrition when you're short on time. Try Enterex Diabetic once. You'll never go back to that other crap you used to be drinking. The makers of Enterex Diabetic are so positive you're going to love it. They're giving away free samples, F-R-E-E, South Florida's favorite word, free samples just for the axing. Go to EnterexDiabetic.com. It's all one word, E-N-T-E-R-E-X. EnterexDiabetic.com, or call their toll-free number. Tell them that Neil sent you for the delicious one, a free sample. Call 1-866-368-3739. That's 1-866-368-3739.
We're Sports Radio 560, QAM.
Bastard.
Yesterday, Sammy Smith fumbled the ball away. We knew that Bum never knew how to play. I can't believe what happened yesterday. Yesterday, the playoffs didn't seem so far away. Thanks to Sammy, now there is no way. Oh, yesterday, such royally. Why you drop that ball and you'll pay or go away? Sammy sucks. Now I long for Brian. So yesterday.
1219, this is a great website, this badjocks.com,
We have
huh?
breaking news.
Yes?
So Mark Eisenberg calls during the break.
Yes?
He says he went out to the university in Sunrise and the Shell station, and there is no Shell station. He cannot find the van.
I think you're never going to see Scott Jr. again. This is so incredibly unbelievable that there are no words to describe it. Maybe he's out there, maybe he's cruising the hood making a few deals. Maybe that's why all them people keep calling for him on the bat line. The Shell station is on the corner of Pine Island and Sunrise. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Pine Island. It's right next to the whatever the hell that is, the veterinarian. Or no, that's the one on University. See, I'm getting all confused. That's Broward University. At any rate, it's on the corner of Pine Island and Sunrise. Is there a Shell station? Is it possible he might be there? No. Has he called back with any report?
No.
No. Okay, I think we ought to have a contest.
I know where he is.
Where's
Lost
that?
in space.
Lost in space. Well, that ain't nothing new. You've got to check out this badjocks.com. Nice going, by the way, Miguel. You really talk about deep six in our fundraiser. What are we going to raise today?
Oh!
Nothing. Just another wasted day in paradise, okay? You know what I'm saying?
Right now,
Absolutely.
Huh?
Miguel's in there right now trying to communicate with Scott Jr.
How's he going to do that? Has he got a megaphone? Has he got one of those deals where you like talk into outer space and it reverberates through the etheric to the other planets, to Uranus?
He's using the Force.
Oh, man. Where the hell did we find this goofball? God. I'm serious. Goofball's the understatement of the sentence. See, the audience thinks that we're joking around. Just first it was George brought that illegal alien from the overpass. Little Popeye, the ones that eyes kept popping out of his head.
If you could only see the looks on Josh and Miguel's faces right now.
Yeah.
Miguel's just holding his head with his eyes closed as he's talking on the phone.
Oh, he's got a hold of him?
Oh, yeah.
And where the hell is he? What planet is he on?
Here's the best part. He insists that he's at University in Sunrise at a Shell station.
I see. Tell him to look at the sign and see if just maybe it isn't Pine Island and Sunrise. Pine Island, not too far from University. Next street, east. West. Maybe it is University in Sunrise. I don't know. See, now you're starting to get me confused. Now you're throwing me off. You're throwing me way off. Maybe it is University in Sunrise. I don't know. What is across the street? Tell him to look across the street. What does he see? What is there? Huh? Badjocks.com. They have a leaderboard. You ready for this?
Yeah.
It says, how does a young college star pulled over in his first DUI compare to some of the all-time greats? How good is a BAC? That's, they have BAC rankings. A blood alcohol level of 0.15. Well, now they have the blood alcohol levels of all these different people, like Andrew Poynton, professional golfer. May 7, 2002, he blew a .36, reported having 4.5 times the UK legal limit. Larry Sorensen, Bob Probert, NHL goofball, July 15th, 1994, .31. So they have all kinds of different amazing good things. Seriously, what are we going to do about him? We're just going to write this off today?
Miguel wants to know if we have a GPS unit.
Yeah. We have a gyroscope to stick up his ass.
Rectum.
Forget about our fundraiser, folks, because Scott Jr. is lost in space. You ain't going to see him no more. He just continues astounding and astonishing folks from coast to coast. Nice going. Nice hire. Who hired him, by the way? What jackass hired him? Couldn't have been your friend Clarence, could it? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. Are you faxing this stuff to Eric?
No.
You're not making the list?
No.
You're not?
No, I didn't know.
You're serious.
I'm serious.
Oh, my God.
I thought
it's a damn good thing I've been writing these down, but I've been writing it real sloppy for my own benefit. I guess I'll have to, during the break, fax it to myself. I'll do it myself, because it'll take too long, and we'll have nobody left listening. Good God Almighty.
Sorry. If you want, you can fax it to me
too.
and I'll type it
No,
up.
I don't want to do that. I can handle it, okay?
Sorry.
WQAM, hello.
Hello?
QAM, yes, sir.
Yeah, hey, Neil. It's definitely Pine Island and Sunrise. He's on the northeast corner, and directly across the street is the Salvo and Outback Steak.
Right, that's right. Well, I've only lived there for 750 years, so I should have some idea.
I was driving to that Shell gas station probably 27 years ago in my 1980 Camaro getting gas, so I know
Absolutely.
It's there. I just want to tell you, buddy, I love you.
Thanks, Pally.
Bye.
Yeah, like I said, it's Pine Island and Sunrise. Now, it's only about a mile away, okay? So the fact he's a little confused, we're dealing with a guy whose IQ is the only person I've ever met it's got a minus in front of it, you know? Kind of like the plus and minus in hockey. He's got a minus in front of his IQ number. So Scott is in the QAM van. He's on the Shell station, corner of Sunrise and Pine Island until 2 o'clock. Wasted some really good, valuable time. WQAM, hello.
Hey, I got a scumbag for you.
Okay.
I got to tell you, he played for the Marlins. Levon, he beat up some old dude in traffic. He was already gone from here. I think it was to San Diego.
Right.
But,
Levon Hernandez, how the mighty have fallen. Thank you, Pally. Levon, Livon? Livon?
Yeah.
I'm just asking out loud because I'm going to have to fax this thing to Eric, and it's a mess. I apologize, Eric, but the beast ain't doing nothing except sitting there probably eating. What are you eating now?
I had one of those shakes. I'm not eating anything.
Yeah, bullcrap. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon line. Let's wrap up this other one, and then I'll fax this to poor Eric, who's probably having spilkies about it right now. And he doesn't even know what that means. 474 votes. How do you think the capture of Saddam will affect the 2004 election? It's too early to tell. Lotta Schmidt happens, 223. The Democrats are way behind the 8 ball, 93. Big boost for Bush puts him far ahead, 76. Bush is in, 55, and no difference, 27, out of nearly 500 votes. Now, I'm trying to think back. Who is the asshole that told me that the Shell station was on a corner of University? I mean, didn't we straighten that out? That there was a Chevron on one side and a Mobil on the other corner?
Someone
right by
faxed in.
Some asshole out there. So we're going to blame you, not
Wait
poor
a minute,
Scott.
here comes Miguel. He's going to explain the whole thing.
Okay, what's the MS? What's the lowdown?
I don't know where the hell he's at, but he's going to Sunrise now.
He's going to Sunrise? What does that mean?
I don't know where the hell he's at right now, but he's going to Sunrise University to whatever the hell gas station is at that corner.
Great. Well, tell him to take his time, okay?
Yeah, he'll be there by 2.
26 past noon at 560 WQM. Big news, Halliburton Pontiac GMC is now Auto City Pontiac GMC of Pinecrest. Expect the same great Neil deals and customer satisfaction you're accustomed to. Right now at Auto City of Pinecrest, it's the end-of-the-year clearance sale on all remaining 2003s in stock. Take advantage of 0% financing for up to 72 months or save yourself up to $9,000 with rebates and incentives. Attention lease customers, ask Auto City of Pinecrest about their lease pull-ahead early termination program. When in doubt, pull it out. There's even more great Neil deals at the new Auto City Pontiac GMC of Pinecrest. For a limited time, just sign and drive home your brand new GMC Sierra with absolutely no money down.
Absolutely.
It's the new Auto City Pontiac GMC of Pinecrest, and you'll still find them at that same great Halliburton location that's been there for a zillion years. 13401 South Dixie Highway. That's US 1 across from the Falls. Open every day, 7 days a week. If you want more info, call the Neil Deal hotline, toll-free, 1-888-534-4211. That's 1-888-534-4211. Keep in mind, all offers subject to credit approval. See the folks at Auto City Pontiac for details. The brand new and thrilling and exciting and amazing Auto City Pontiac GMC of Pinecrest. Low prices without the high pressures.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Listening.
Well, congratulations. Get a life.
Coming later this month on Showtime, from the producers of Reagan, the Reimagining History series continues with Betsy Ross, Crack Whore, the full account of how the Stars and Stripes were created during a drug-binging weekend at a Massachusetts crack house.
Flag? I can whip out a flag in no time if you got some blow. Oh, and give Dolly Madison a call. I'm really jonesing for some of her little cake.
There may not be a line of truth to the story, but it is compelling.
I'm thinking about doing some white stripes. Take off your pants, George.
Betsy Ross, Crack Whore, coming this month on Showtime. Don't miss it.
Oh, yeah, I'm seeing stars, baby.
1232 at 560 WQM. Actress sues MTV and Snoop over fake nude sex scenes. An L.A. actress has sued MTV and rapper Snoop Dogg, saying they edited her videotape performance to make her appear to be naked and having sex, and despite her insistence that she wanted to appear in pajamas and would only consent to holding hands. In the lawsuit filed Friday in L.A. Superior Court, Doris Burns asked the judge to award her unspecified damages. Burns, who occasionally appears as a featured expert in film and TV programs, was hired last March in an episode of MTV's Doggy Fizzle Televizzle, which was hosted by Snoop Dogg. According to the lawsuit, MTV official told Burns she'd appear in a bedroom scene in which a husband and wife were about to have sex. Burns agreed to appear in the scene wearing pajamas or comparable to the lawsuit said she specifically told MTV she'd not agree to look as if she were nude or about to engage in sexual relations, to which they agreed. After Burns refused to simulate intercourse with the man who played her husband, Burns agreed to be filmed sitting beside the actor holding his hand. But in the version that aired August 31st, MTV producers made the scene look like the plaintiff was nude and playing with her husband's genitals by blurring her torso and the hand that was holding the male actor's hand, the lawsuit began. Representatives for Snoop Dogg and MTV couldn't be reached immediately for comment. They were holding it.
By the way, something.
Yes?
Guess who's at the Chevron station now?
I don't, you know something, at this point, huh?
We're in business now.
We're in business. All right, we're in business.
Northeast corner.
Great.
Sunrise University.
Isn't that what I originally said? The northeast corner of Sunrise University.
Yes.
I thought it was a shell. Somebody said it's a chevron. Then somebody said, well, it's a mobile on the other corner. That was the intersection I wanted.
Yes.
That was what I wanted.
Mission
Whatever kind of gas it was. Okay, so Scott Jr. is there with our stuff.
He's there with Mark Eisenberg right now.
With Mark Eisenberg. So what the hell is he doing there?
Just there for the toys.
Trying to straighten his out. Oh, Mark Eisenberg is there to take your toys, too, okay? Oh, and speaking of toys, what a great segue. Woman's arrest brings Texas obscenity law into question. Cleburne, Texas. Joanne Webb intended to spice up marriages and earn extra cash by selling erotic toys as one of Passion Party Inc.'s 3,000 national consultants. Instead, the former fifth-grade teacher and executive board member of the Burleson Chamber of Commerce faces criminal charges and embarrassment after a police sting. My mouth did drop open, said Webb 43, who's been married 20 years and has 3 children. It's ludicrous to think the government can step into our bedrooms. With the motto, where every day is Valentine's Day, California-based Passion Party is expected to do $20 million in business this year, company president Pat Davis said. Some describe the gatherings as Tupperware-type parties for suburban housewives who feel more comfortable buying marital aids in a private home than in an adult bookstore on the Internet. We're doing a wonderful service, and we're not doing anything wrong, Davis be saying. Of the company's 300 products, about 60% of sales are lotions, bath products, and edibles, while sex toys make up the remaining items, Davis said. It's the sex toys that brought trouble for Webb, a consultant since June, and the first Passion Party's consultant charged with obscenity in the company's 10-year history, Davis said. Last month, acting on a tip, 2 undercover officers went to the office of Webb's husband, a home builder, where Webb helps out with clerical work. Webb had placed a small sign in the window advertising her parties. The man and woman asked if they could look at a product catalog. Webb showed them one, and the couple said they wanted to buy 2 items. Webb said she tried to talk them into hosting a party, but when they declined, she agreed to sell them the items. She said she retrieved the items from her home, and the couple later came back to her husband's orifice to pick them up. A month later, an officer called her and said a warrant had been issued for arrest on charges she had sold obscene devices, a violation of Texas state law. According to the state's obscenity code, an obscene device is a simulated sexual organ,
Roy!
or an item designed to stimulate the genitals. Adult stores get around the law by posting signs say, sold only as novelties. Are you ready for that? An obscene device is a simulated sexual organ, like maybe a cucumber or a banana, or an item designed to stimulate the genitals, like maybe a cucumber or a banana. Webb's charge is a misdemeanor. She faces up to a year in jail and a $4,000 fine. An obscenity charge is a felony if someone sells obscene devices or materials at wholesale. I didn't know she was Jewish. Webb said she only sold items through private parties and never kept products at her husband's orifice. The only time she did passion parties at that office, she said, was when the undercover officers approached her. Boy, what a damn piece of luck. Webb's attorney, B. Ann Sizemore, plans to file a motion to dismiss the case because she says the law violates someone's right to own a sexual device, which is not illegal. There you go. 5670560. I faxed the thing to Eric. Poor Eric. I apologize, Eric, but I'm surrounded by a bunch of, they're celebrating the holidays early. That's all I can say. Have we got things under control now or what?
We're good.
Matter of opinion. I don't see anything on our website, so Eric must be. Okay, here's the final tally from the other one. How do you think the capture of Saddam will affect the 2004 election? It's too early to tell. Lots of Schmidt happens, 231. The Democrats are way behind the 8 ball, and they are, 94. Big boost for Bush puts him way ahead, 82. Bush is in, 60, and will make no difference, 28. New poll coming up. What athlete was the biggest scumbag to ever play for a South Florida team? WQAM.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how are you doing?
Pretty good.
I didn't hear if you had Brian Cox on your list.
Oh, that's an excellent one.
One of those wonderful UM players that managed to...
Are you sure?
Outstanding choice, my friend.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
And you too. Brian Cox. I bet you Phil Henry would agree with that. I wonder if we still have any of that. I know we can't play that song. Oh, yeah, look at that.
Hey, Brian, are you happy? I hate WLD again. Suck my dick. But I'm happy.
There you go.
Suck my dick.
Okay, once was enough, Brian.
Suck my dick.
Okay, no thanks. 5670560. Boy, how could we have ever left him off the list? What an asshole. He's another guy that some people at our radio station just absolutely... Didn't he once do a show Or have a regular segment on the station one day a week with the load?
I don't know.
Come on, will you get with it?
I've only been
I'm
here
discovering
since
this week
97.
you're as useless as teats on a ballpoint pen, man. You just what's happened to you?
I honestly don't remember.
Brian Cox?
I
He
know
definitely I think he had one of those like Hank has who's he got on now? Once a week. Doesn't he have some player on?
Yeah,
whether
but I think
he
it
had
rotates.
Rob Conrad or different ones. Yeah.
Well, Hank used to have
positive.
Lamar Thomas on all the time.
Yeah. Well, how come he's not on the list yet?
I don't know.
Well, he is now. Now, how are we going to send these additional ones to, am I going to have to keep faxing Eric?
I will write down the additional ones.
Brian Cox and Lamar Thomas. Got it? Can you handle that? And when you want to fax Eric, just number 2 there on the fax machine. All you got to do is just punch it with your pudgy little fingers, and like magic, there it'll be right there in Orlando, right in Eric's lunchroom. Lamar Thomas. WQAM.
Hey, I have some players for this for the Neil
For
Rogers.
this thing. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I got Gene Atkins, I got
Oh.
Cleveland Gary, and Warren Sapp.
3 great choices. Thank you, pal. Have a great
All right.
holiday.
No problem.
Cleveland Gary, no kin to Gary, Indiana, and Warren Sapp, another disgrace. I mean, another big fat guy.
He only
I know
smoked
you-
a little ganja.
He had a little, just like Mark Duper. Now, he never stole a freight train. I mean, you made a big deal out of that just because they honored him at the game last night. All it was a little weed, right? Right?
Yeah, just
Pulled
a
him
little
over
weed.
on the West Coast one day, and he was involved. Wasn't that what the deal was? He had like about 400 pounds of weed or something in the trunk, and it was no big deal. Didn't kill anybody. Didn't beat up his girlfriend and lock her in a locker nowhere. Stuff like that. You got those 3: Gene Atkins, Cleveland Gary, and Warren Sapp. Big, fat tub. 20 till 1 at 560 WQAM. Hey, Brandy Shoes is celebrating a big year this year. It's their 25th anniversary of doing it more than just right in South Florida. They're doing it spectacular. Can you even imagine how many shoe stores go out of business every year in South Florida?
About 30, man.
At least 25 years, Brandy's has been giving you unbeatable deals, top name merchandise, all the brands you know and love, unbeatable prices, and friendly personal service to make sure that you and your feet get a perfect fit every damn time. And no matter how big or small your feet are, they got them all. They got men's sizes 6 to 15, women's 5 to 12, widths from the very, very narrow to the very fat and wide. And all the top brands, like I said only moments ago, that you know and love, like Rockports, Echoes, Mephisto, Timberland, Clark's, SAS, Florsheim, and all the others as well. Brandy Shoes, they're at 1290 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach, open every day, Monday through Saturday from 9 to 9, Sundays 10 to 5. And during Brandy's 25th anniversary sale, right now is a great time to buy Florsheim. All this week, save 25% off on all men's Florsheim styles. So stop into the store or visit them on the web at brandysshoes.com.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Yes.
Well, there's Gephardt and Carey, Edwards and Lieberman, Wesley Clark and Kucinich, Carol Brown and Sharpton. But the leader, it seems, the one guy that's ahead of their team. Dean is the Democrats' front runner, loves to have Judge Bush to bash. And if you haven't noticed, Howard Dean raised lots of cash. Just 'cause he is a doctor and carries a stethoscope, he won't be like the other Democrat that like to grope. Everything was going well till Wesley came to say, Dean, you may be winning though. I was commander of NATO. He brought up same-sex marriage as Vermont's governor. Howard, you have made mistakes, but you're still the front runner.
1246, James Beaker III. Boy, I tell you one thing, he must have had some big briefcases full of cash. Didn't take him long. He's got agreements already with the Germans. Somebody ought to tell the people at CNN there's no more West Germany anymore. But at any rate, he's got agreements with Germany and France. to forgive some of those Iraqi debts. Oh, yeah, and all of a sudden we're buddy buds. He must have, like I said, gone over there with briefcases full of cash, unmarked bills. Everything is hunky-dory again. Poll is up. What athlete was the biggest scumbag to ever play for a South Florida team? Lawrence Phillips, that was my vote. He's got 9. Did you vote?
Not yet. I'm about to right now.
4.
I don't know. I'm going over the list.
Cecil Collins, 7. Jose Canseco, 5. How's it going, Jose? Brian Cox, 4. Brian Blades, 2. And just a smattering because it just went up. Sammy Smith, 1. Benny Blades, 1. Warren Sapp's got 1. Michael Irvin's got 1. And Nate Davenport and Pudge Rodriguez each 1. Hey, Pudge, good player, asshole.
It's Najee Davenport.
What did I call him?
Nate, because that's what
Oh,
Eric has.
Well, that's because he couldn't read my writing. I told you. I just, how the hell could anybody read? Najeh.
I'll email him and let him know.
Email Eric. Don't talk to him because you get into a
No,
big
he
fight
called.
on the phone.
He called.
And said what?
Well,
said,
I
are
need
you
to
eating?
email him and
Did you like fight
space
over the
everything
phone
out
about who's the
accordingly?
fastest and who's force feeding worst right now?
Huh?
WQAM.
Hi, how are you?
Pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing really good. I just wanted to give a suggestion for a future poll someday because I've seen things that, just make me scratch my head and say, what is going on here? What is the most ridiculous thing people do to their cars? Neil, I just saw someone's car dressed up like a Christmas package.
Really?
The bow on the front with the ribbon all around it. I'm saying, what are people thinking? It's a car, for God's sake. I mean,
Yeah.
besides the stickers they put on them and the flags they put on them, people are nuts.
Yes, they are.
They are truly insane.
People drive their cars, a lot of them, like it's a traveling billboard. They got
Exactly.
religious messages on the back and political messages on the back.
And the license plates and
then they got the little the stuffed toys and dogs and cats in the back of the rearview mirror with the little eyes. Oh man.
people, I don't know what people are thinking. I swear it was a traveling Christmas present.
Mm-hmm.
I just had to tell you, I think I've seen it all now.
Okay, thanks.
I love you forever.
Happy holidays.
You too.
You too. Anyway, it's like the people that go on a plane. They're going away for the weekend, and they got their whole life, all of their possessions, every piece of clothing, every tchotchke, everything they ever had in their life, and then they got 75 different bags.
That's
How long
me.
are they going? Oh, for the weekend. They're the ones I'm talking about. And the new deal is because they only allow you, most airlines, maximum 2 pieces of carry-on, and so they have like the ones that break down into like 16 different suitcases, 16 different pieces of luggage of all shapes and sizes, but they all snap together like they're fooling somebody. Lawrence Phillips is running away, baby. He's got
That's who I
13
voted
votes.
for.
Excellent choice. Piece of crap. We used to have a guy that called the show, some old fart about, probably died by now, we can only hope. What's wrong with Lawrence Phillips? And then every time he'd sign a contract, like with the Rams or whoever it was for about 5 weeks, until he went back to jail again. Lawrence Phillips just signed with the Rams. Same old crap. Some ball-busting old fart. Probably dead, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We can only pray. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how are you doing? Happy
Pretty
holidays.
good. Then same to you.
You're mentioning James Baker III there.
Yes.
This is the same James Baker III who's the primary lawyer in Baker and Botts, the legal law firm that's representing the Arabs, the Saudis, against the families
Who are suing them, right, for
Yes,
9/11.
in 9/11.
That's right.
Isn't that unbelievable?
No, it's not unbelievable. He's a virulent anti-Semite. He was the same attorney they schlepped down to Florida when they helped to fix the vote count in 2000. So anytime they need to bring the henchmen out, it's always him.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if he's got the pictures of whoever the interested parties are with Dolly the sheep,
Yeah, either that or he's got Luca Brazzi's phone number.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to let you remind you that this Baker is the Baker and Botts who's defending the Saudis.
Correct. Okay, have a great day, pal.
Thank you.
Okay, we just said that. Thank you. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. Do you think that's the same Baker from Baker and Botts that's defending the Saudis?
I don't know, is it?
Yeah. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. What athlete was the biggest scumbag to ever play for a South Florida team? Lawrence Phillips, 14. Jose Canseco is going to give him a battle. What the hell is the name of that bit? I can't find it, that Jose Canseco one.
Huh?
See, this is the problem. Is it called something lullaby? Something freaking lullaby. I'll find it. Maybe Eric will know. Cecil Collins got 8. We already played that. I might actually play that again. I love that. He just wanted to get a look. He just wanted to dip his wick. He just wanted to dip his wick. Nice going. Toad, load.
Funny.
The load. I wish I would have heard it say it myself, because with that stentorian voice of his, Mo. Actually, he can be really funny once in a while. Do you ever look at him? Cecil Collins, 8. Brian Cox, 7. Michael Irvin, 3. Demetrius Underwood's got a pair. Brian Blades, 2. Warren Sapp, 2. And after that, it's small potatoes. Out of the first 53 votes. Maybe this poll ain't going to go over all that big. I don't know. We got a lot of our audience who couldn't give a crap less about sports, no matter what the hell. Although certainly they know about scumbags. WQAM.
Miserable
son of a bitch. Once a day, Pally. Once a queen, always a queen. But once a day's enough for you. WQAM.
Hey, who's the one in the 1980s involved with the Yahwehs that was for murder? Used to be a former Dolphin.
Involved with the Yahwehs?
Huh?
Yeah, Robert something. I just can't remember his last name. He was a former Dolphin.
Creeper, I think.
Yeah.
Somebody will know.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Pally. Okay. I don't know, does it ring any bells with us?
No.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. WQAM, hello. WQAM.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Eagles fan, can you play something for me?
What is that?
We did it!
Congratulations to you, Pally. Although they made it a little bit too exciting. It was one of those deals where they made it, like winning a horse race by a neck, by a nose, when you're much the best.
We did
it! We did it!
I beg your pardon?
Found that Spanish lullaby, Canseco.
What is it called?
My Spanish Lullaby, Canseco.
My Spanish Lullaby. Thank you so much. We'll get to it.
Eric with that.
Thanks, Eric. Eric's on top of it, baby. Lawrence, Phillips, and Jose are like in a lip lock. 15 for Larry and 14 for Jose. And Cecil's in double digits, too, with 10. He just wanted to dip his wick, baby. Bust through the window. If anybody missed that story, that was just a classic. Takes the screen off the window. In this, and then, of course, just like with everybody else, they always try to blame the victim. Oh, well, she was a loose broad, she was a woman of loose, bad repute. Right. That's always a good excuse. Scumbags, man, and the people who idolize them. That's what makes me so sick about professional sports. The ridiculous salaries and the kind of scumbags that people worship and idolize, no matter what kind of crap they do. And a classic example we got right there in Kendall. OJ. Yeah, there you go. He's the penultimate scumbag of all time. Never played for a team in South Florida, though. Can't put him on the list. Otherwise, it'd be Nolo Contendere, right? He would win. He would fly by these like they were laying down prone. WQAM.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Neil God. I haven't heard that in a while where you go, Neil God, and all of a sudden...
Neil God.
Oh, you mean
the one that has a cloud with the thunder and the lightning and the song.
Neil God.
Oh, you mean that one?
Yes, sir. Oh, God, I get goosebumps every time I hear that.
You get goosed when you hear it. Good.
Hey, Neil, listen, man, you're leaving somebody off, man. I can't believe this guy ain't on your list for the scumbag for South Florida. Levon Hernandez.
He's on there.
He's on there?
Levon. Yeah, Levon's on there.
All right, well, chalk one up for me, man.
All right.
And listen, this thing with Bush, about him getting reelected or whatever, it's too early to tell. But I'll tell you, if Howard Clark and Dean is all we got out there, then I think Bush is going to win again.
Okay.
See ya.
See is right. How about Hillary? What do you say, huh?
No.
Let's go. You go, girl. See, this is what they're trying to convince everybody, that Dean can't win and all this other bullcrap. He's another Michael Dukakis. And I have moments when I have my doubts. But on the other hand, maybe this populist thing is sweeping America. Maybe you're going to vote out all the incumbents, just like Arnold won that recall thing in California. Certainly not because he's got an IQ larger than his thumbnail or larger than that stunt penis they had in that picture. 1256 at 560 WQM. Welcome to EF Tire and Auto Repair to the Neil Rogers Show. EF Tire and Auto Repair is located at 5083 North Federal Highway, just a mile and a half north of Sample Road in Pompano Beach. At EF Tire and Auto Repair, experience the difference that difference makes. Don't entrust your car to some schlump. All EF mechanics are certified by ASC. ASC certified technicians current with all latest technology, and most have been with the EF team for almost 20 years. The EF team has got over 200 combined years of experience. To make a long story short, they know their stuff. And if you need an oil change right now, stop by EF and ask them about their Neil Rogers $12.95 oil change special. You heard right, just $12.95 for an oil change. The EF team uses only the best parts and top-of-the-line Castrol GTX motor oil. You couldn't even buy the parts for this incredibly low price, only $12.95. EF Tire and Auto Repair, they're at 5083 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Call them at 954-426-9926. That's 954-426-9926. Be sure to ask them about their 90-day same as cash, no interest credit card, too. EF Tire and Auto Repair, nationally recognized as one of the most successful automotive repair facilities in the entire USA. And when you talk to them, don't forget to be sure and ask them about that $12.95 Neil Rogers Oil Change Special. 954-426-9926.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Hi, all my favorite Republicans. This is Matt Drudge, and it's time for the... Excuse me, uploading. It's time once again for the Neil Rogers...
1 to 2.
Hour.
Last night I dreamt of Canseco, just like he never left my side at all. I played with Jose Canseco. He showed me just how to handle the ball. I showed Jose how to vote. Tobacco breath was kind of bold. I took off my combs. He kept on his clean duds. I missed coming round third base and sliding into his face. Hit the shower with Jose, my Spanish lullaby.
It's 101 at 560 WQM. We got the Booster, Boot Shopping in for the Mad Dog at 2 this afternoon. Then you got the Humper, the Load at 4 to 7. Ricky Williams shows 7 o'clock tonight at the Clevelander. He'll have all kinds of alibis and stories, and he was illin' and hurting and get a haircut. 8 o'clock tonight, it's the big...
Oh!
And then you got Eddie K at 10, Joe and Mark overnight 2 to 5. How are we doing out there at the QM van at wherever it is?
I don't know if we've heard back yet.
We haven't
Josh
had a
and Josh are
report?
having a conversation.
No, we haven't heard from him.
You know something? I'm not going to ask again. Don't ask and don't tell. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Nice going, Miguel. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got one for you. I got another nut to put on your list.
All right.
I got Mark Ingram. I don't know if you remember 2 years ago, he had $3,000 of counterfeit money. He was hanging around with a gang, Haitian gang, and that's another nut you got to put on your list, man.
All right. You got it, man. See ya. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. What athlete was the biggest scumbag to ever play for a South Florida team? We've got an impressive list of scumbags. I wonder, is Pudge getting any votes or not? I know he had that one. Let me take a puke at it. He's got the, just a pair. Pudge has a small pair. WQAM. WQAM, hello.
I'm calling for Neil.
Speaking.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How about Ray I Never Did It Lewis?
Ray Lewis. Who the hell was Ray Lewis?
UM? For UM?
Don't remember. What did he do?
He was accused of being involved in a stabbing, I believe, in Atlanta, right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, murder. Yeah.
Excellent. Good choice. Thank you, sir. Another scumbag from UM, alleged. Just remember, always alleged scumbags. Always have to cover your ass by saying alleged scumbag. As opposed to like Jose Canseco, we know there are some of them who obviously clearly already are scumbags, not alleged, like Cecil and Lawrence Phillips and Jose and Merc Morris. Mercury Morris Show coming up on QAM. Oh! That's the new 8 to 10 host, Mercury Morris, with a crow.
Do I get to do the updates?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Merc and the Crow. As the crow flies, that's going to be the name.
I got your crowbonics right here, homeboy.
That's where you see some arm problems.
Oh. Man, when you look back over the last 10 years, whatever it's been, look at the people that Greg Reed has put on the air. It's really, it is shocking is what it is.
Manny Ramirez.
Right. For Payrod. Cecil Collins, Lawrence Phillips, Demetrius Underwood, Mark Fitzpatrick, Michael Irvin, Brian Benny Blades both. Najee, did we get that straightened out?
I don't know.
Yes.
We got it straightened out. Nice going, Eric. He's under a lot of duress because you're like leaving him hanging. Kind of like the way Scott Jr. is leaving us hanging. This has got to be, I don't even know what term to use. It's just insanity. To see it's not bad enough that this is a tough year to raise money for charity and everybody's a little on the tight side and don't know whether their job is going to be still there after the first of the year and maybe they already lost it. and they're kind of like hanging on to every nickel they can. So everybody is belly aching this year. It's really tough to raise money for charity, and we're finding that too. But especially when you have an opportunity this close to Hanukkah and Christmas time, when people are a little more in the giving mood and want to pick up a neat gift for somebody for the holidays. And here we got this goofball, this bozo, this cretin driving a van around like doing like an Esatikin, and he's doing figure eights in the middle of the roads out there. He's at the corner of University and Sunrise, getting some gas.
Yeah, update, $120.
Wow, he's doing it, like I said. QAM, hello. QAM. Going once. Long gone. $120. I didn't think he'd get like a dime. So you still got an hour to get out there and look at him and say, well, once you look at him, you'll understand what this is all about. Those of you who think that we're exaggerating, just take a look at him. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How's it going?
It's going great.
Fantastic. I got another scumbag for your list.
Okay.
How about Warren Sapp?
He's on there, man. The Sappmeister is on there.
Damn, I missed that one. Okay, how about Brian Cox?
He's on there.
Well, I better pay attention, I guess.
Start paying attention. Have a great holiday and get with it. 56705. How about Cecil Collins? It's the same as the people that fax you this stuff. They look at your website and they say, oh, that's a good story. Why don't I fax it to Neil? Like maybe they think it just came. Oh, look at that. The French and the Germans. Not the West Germans this time. CNN finally got it right. Somebody finally told them, there ain't no more West Germany. Surprise. WQAM, hello.
Could you please that soundbite of Randy Rhoads, the newest one of Randy Rhoads? Thanks.
What was that? What was it? Oh, I know what he wanted to hear. Jesus, God almighty.
Randy.
What?
Hello, Randy.
What?
Are you listening to me?
No.
Yeah, he sounded like one of them groupie type of guys. He just wants to hear like drop-ins.
Up the butt. Up the butt. Up the butt. Up the butt.
That's number one with 2 bullets already.
Absolutely.
Just went on the list. It's already zoomed to the top.
What's that?
The drop-in, the Mollmeister bit.
Up the butt. Up the butt. Up the butt. Up the butt.
And if we're a little short on time, we always have the abbreviated version.
Up the butt.
Like that. Gotta love it. You're a man. You're a man, the Mollmeister.
By the way, there's no greater sight than when during Howard's show, when Zach plays the promos for the Best of Neil CDs, and one of those bits comes on. Oh, man.
What does he do?
The reaction, things start spinning on the head.
The muskrat starts racing around in circles, and his eyes start rolling, and he starts squeezing the bag.
Little you know, Zach plays it on purpose just to get around.
Nice going, Zach. Always like I told you, the good people are the fat people, like the tub and the what is it?
Schlub.
The tub and the schlub, and the toad and the load.
Putts and the yuts.
Nice going, Mo. Guy's been on the air for a year and a half. He finally came up with a line. WQAM.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
We did it, sir. We won the World Series. How are you?
Okay.
I just want to let you know
This must be
American.
David Sampson and Delilah.
I just became American today. I'm originally from Holland, and I tell you the reason why is just because I can easily travel now and leave this country quicker.
We did it!
We just won the World Series! Neil, we love you. Dewey.
Okay, I'll still believe. Dewey. Tootsies. Get out of here. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Let's hop on a plane and go to Amsterdam. What do you say? Sounds good to me.
All right.
Might just be in my plans. You never know. You never know with me. Jose Canseco, look what he's got.
About 30, man.
The biggest scumbag athlete to ever play for a South Florida team, which he played high school ball. Jose's got 30. Lawrence Phillips, 24. Cecil Collins, 18. Brian Cox, 15. Warren the Sappmeister, 8. Michael Irvin, only 6. How can Michael Irvin have only 6 votes? How soon they forget. Brian Blades, 4. Demetrius Underwood, 4. Sammy Smith, 3. Don't give Sammy that thing. Benny Blades, 2. Pudge has got a pair, and everybody else got 1. What about Bobby Humphries? Has none? See, they all forgot about him because he was only in town about a week, I think.
How about Stan Humphries?
Stan Humphries? Who the hell is Stan Humphries?
I don't know, some TV person. Who knows?
567. How about Humphries Bogart? As long as you're going to come up with crap. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, sir? You forgot that Mark Duper. He was laundering money a few years ago.
Right. Should we put him on the list? I mean, we honored him last night, man. They honored him and Mark Clinton at the...
And in closing, tengo un moco en la nariz que parece...
Okay. We don't have our interpreter here today, pal, so we got to chop it off.
Huh?
I don't have any idea what he said. Something about...
Estuvo muy bien, Lucky.
Mark Duper, put him on there, okay? With or without the honors last night. He had a little problem of his own.
Yeah, but he's better now.
Who else was it that, what receiver was it that had the problems? Jesus, I can't believe I forgot his name. One of our favorite people. About 3-4 years ago. Money laundering. Oh, come on.
Money laundering?
Dolphin receiver. Yes!
There was a running back from UM, James Stewart, who was...
No. Very popular hurricane receiver, my God. Geez. Just faded out. You see, that's about how it goes when you stop following the fish.
Jamie German?
Not Jamie German. I said very famous,
That's
well
another
known.
one, though. He was called
Get
the whole
out of here. You
limo
want to put him on there,
thing.
Jamie's German? I hope you're writing these down.
No.
Because I'm leaving it in your pudgy fat hands. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I think I got a couple for your poll.
Okay.
How about Pete Stoyanovich? Wasn't he beating his wife or something?
Alleged, yeah, Petey boy. He went from being a fair-haired boy to despised like poison.
Okay, and then there was a guy that played for the Marlins not too long. He was ex-pirate, Al Martin. I think he was doing tax evasion or something.
Excellent.
And that guy that called for that Randy Rhoads bit.
Yeah.
I think he's the one in the Randy Rhoads bit. His voice sounded exactly like it.
Really?
Yeah, it sounded identical. I think he was
Randy.
calling
What? Hello, Randy.
What?
Are you listening to me?
No.
Yeah, you're right. It's like a retard.
That's him.
You got it. Good ear,
All right,
man.
Neil.
Have a great holiday.
You too.
That's a guy with a really good ear. Who the hell am I trying to think of? Tony Martin. Wasn't it Tony Martin?
Yeah, he was a Dolphin.
Didn't he have some money laundering issues?
Yeah, I
Wasn't
believe
there
he did. You're right.
Tony Martin. What is wrong with you, man? You are you're too hurricane intensive, man, with that baby crap. You got to grow up. You know what's going to happen to you? You're going to be like another Mike Rosenthal or another J. Rokeach.
Neola. It's time to play What's in the Box.
Jay Rokeach, the voice of Hurricane Baseball. He just turned 72 and he's still doing the PA at Marklight Stadium. Jay Rokeach, now batting for your Hurricanes. See, I just don't understand that. Although, like I told you before the show, he's got his family is the Rokeach, the Rokeach family is how they pronounce it. They make the kosher dills and all that Jew food, you know.
I like the sweet gherkins myself.
Sweet jerkin. That's what Clarence said. He said it's been sweet jerkin with the beast. But at any rate, that's Jay Rokeach. And, of course, Mike Rosenthal, which nobody in this audience knows who this is. And, boy, are they lucky. He makes Scott Jr. look good. That's what a nerd he is. Mike Rosenthal. When WNWS went on the air, when Dick Casper put that on and hired me to do Talk at Night, they were like news in the daytime. So where are they going to find news people, you know? So they did go out and they hired some really good news people like Prescott Robinson, Steve Daly, and a couple of others. And then they hired some flunkies, you know, like from WVUM. Mike Rosenthal. W News Time is 4:22. The twerpiest, most silliest, and he came right out of WVUM. The voice of the University of Miami, which doesn't really exist.
I'm a proud alumnus of WVUM.
And he used to sit there in the press box, and I used to do the games out on the, on the top of the stairwell right outside the press box, where the press box used to be.
Yeah, they still do the games outside.
Right. And he would sit inside and give me dirty looks, and of course he was very upset that a commercial station was doing the games, because obviously anybody who's a real Hurricane fan would listen to the 15-year-old boys doing the games on WVUM with the squeaky voices. You made a mistake, Neil. It's a mistake. Mike Rosenthal, what a jerk. Hey, Mike, I hope you're listening, man. You're an idiot. 113 at 560 WQAM. Shelley Bloom's Fashion Clothers. They're no fools. They've been around in town doing it right for guys for over 40 years in the same location. I guarantee you there aren't too many businesses been around in town for 40 years. How many do you think there might be?
About 30, man.
And that location is 2650 Northwest 5th Avenue, right in the heart of the prestigious Miami Fashion District. At Shelley Bloom's, you'll find fine men's clothing. We're talking about the most beautiful merchandise under the sun, from suits and sport coats, slacks, dress and sport shirts, ties, and one of the largest selection of designer shoes in town. So you can be a slob like me, or you can be a fancy dresser when you shop at Shelley Bloom's. Shelley's got Italian slack Super 120s in 15 colors for only $60. Giorgio Armani suits that sell from $13.95 to $15.95, only $795 at Shelley Bloom's Fashion Clothiers. Shelley even offers a fantastical selection of Italian suits starting at just $225 each. Service, selection, and price. Those are the three ingredients in the recipe that have kept Shelley Bloom in business for over 40 years now, and Shelley guarantees you his personal word that's never going to change. The selection's unbeatable, alterations are always free, and with thousands of suits in stock up to size 70, you're sure to find exactly what you need. So stop overspending at those malls and make the trip to Shelley Bloom's in the heart of the Fashion District, open Monday through Saturday, 9:30 in the morning till 6 p.m. If you want to compare price, just give Shelley a call, 305-573-5890. 305-573-5890 for Shelley Bloom's Fashion Clothiers. It's well worth the trip.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Deck the halls with Hillary's balls. Oh, la, 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 la. She's been using men's room stalls. La, 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 la. People think that she's a lesbian. Oh, la, 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 la. That's until they see her testes. Oh, la, 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 la. She's the senator from New York. Oh, la, 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 la. She's been sporting a pitchfork. La, 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 la. She wears a skirt to hide her bill. La, 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 la. Think of it more as a kilt. La, 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 la.
20 after 1 at 560 WQAM. This is amazing, this story about Song Airlines. You ever hear of Song Airlines? It's Delta's new low-fare. You have?
Yeah.
Where'd you fly on it?
From Fort Lauderdale to Boston.
Did you thing a thong?
I did. Several.
And how was it?
It was decent. The seats are very uncomfortable, but it was decent. Service was good. No problem.
What are they, like real small aircraft?
Yeah, they're cramming you in there.
Well, wait till you hear this.
Well,
Laura Douglas of Ipswich watched CNN to catch up on Saddam Hussein's capture. Neil Davis of Brighton watched music videos on BET. And Barbara O'Connor of Winthrop, Mass. just channel surfed. They all watched from different seats on the same flight from West Palm to Boston yesterday as Song, Delta Airlines low-fare unit, surprised passengers on that route by unveiling its high-tech entertainment system. Instead of free peanuts, passengers on the flight got free access to 24 channels of satellite TV and music a music trivia game at the touch of a screen. I will say this, when you spend a fortune for business class like on, international carriers, you got the, your private TV. You know what I mean? But you're not watching real TV, you're watching canned movies. And some of the airlines like Virgin, Skaglantic, they got like the TV where you have your own, like a VCR.
JetBlue has the dish too.
Do they really?
I believe, yeah.
While it won rave reviews from passengers, the system has greater significance. Airline specialists say the rollout foreshadows a fiercely competitive battle for market share between Song and low-fare rival JetBlue, whose inaugural Boston flight is set for January. Both carriers deny that their business strategies are affected by competition with the other, but their short-term plans for entertainment tell a different story. Song has its system on 3 planes and plans to have all 36 of its jets outfitted with the system by March. JetBlue is expected to announce a deal with a major Hollywood studio next month that'll give its passengers digital pay-per-view movies at each seat. The move will preempt Song's planned launch. Now, this is in coach, right? I'm assuming they don't have a business class.
No, it's all the same.
Right. Like Southwest. The move will preempt Song's planned launch of the second phase of its system, which will also include pay-per-view movies, more games, and downloadable digital music. These guys are absolutely competing with one another.
Absolutely.
And they're competing with one another like dogs, said Henry Hartbelt, a principal analyst at Forrester Research in San Francisco. The good news is that once they're both rolled out, you're going to have a better quality travel experience from Boston down to Florida than you have from Boston to the West Coast or from Boston to Europe. How ironic is that, he said. JetBlue and Song's battle in Boston's been a long time coming. Both have made routes between Northeastern. See, the one thing about, now this is from where? Fort Lauderdale or Miami?
I think I flew it from Fort Lauderdale.
See, this one they're talking about is West Palm. But, see, who the hell wants to fly from Fort Lauderdale? in that dinky little make-believe airport. Oh, you're wrong, Neil. We don't want to go to Miami. They don't speak English there. Okay, whatever you say.
No, I mean, I'd rather fly from Miami since it's literally 5 miles from my apartment. But,
right. And I'm just used to it, you know. I just like Miami. I know my way around there. And it's, plus, you can't go anywhere from Fort Lauderdale. That's the problem.
But sometimes it's cheaper to get to Boston from Fort Lauderdale.
Well, when you make the big bucks.
Well,
anyway,
like
JetBlue and Song have both made routes between northeastern cities in Florida. Leisure markets like Orlando and West Palm, they're bread and butter. And both actively compete with troubled legacy carriers like U.S. Scare and American Airlines by keeping operating costs and thus fares dirt cheap. Does it have the fares in there? How much did you pay?
Maybe like $198.
Round trip?
Yeah.
$198 round trip to Boston?
Yeah.
That is unbelievable. God. Passengers on yesterday's Palm Beach to Boston flight said they were satisfied with what was already on board. I think it was a good innovation. I wonder why it took them so long to have it, said Richard Malatesta, who accompanied O'Connor on the flight. Malatesta said he flipped channels, catching up on news and sports for the whole 3-hour flight. That would be sensational. I mean, like Air Canada, which, don't get me wrong, I love Air Canada, and I sure hope they don't go out of business, but they're trying real hard. You know, they show you like the CBC News canned from the day before or the night before or like that morning, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In English and frog and whatever. But by the time you get on there, it's old news. It's stale. You want to know what the hell's going on. You want like some current shows. You want to see Bob Barker and the goddamn Price is Right. You want to watch the freaking news. You want to watch Jerry Springer or something. Passions. So I think we're finally getting there, you know. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. What athlete was the biggest scumbag to ever play for a South Florida team? That's our second poll today. 46 for Jose Canseco. They hate you, Jose. They can't stand you. They wish you'd go away. Lawrence Phillips, 31. Cecil Collins, 29. Brian Cox, 19. Michael Irvin, only 9. I can't get over that. Warren Sapp, 9. Brian Blade, 7. Brian Watson. Oh, you know who it was?
Yeah.
It was his scumbag agent was the one. What the hell's his name? The agent? Somebody mentioned before.
Which one?
The agent, the big hotshot agent.
Drew Rosenhaus?
Drew Rosenhaus, that asshole. He was the one. Oh, he doesn't have time to be doing interviews right now. He's got to go to training camp and run fast and jump high. Right, they all got to run fast and get high. Pudge Rodriguez got 5. Nice going. Najee Davenport, excellent, 4. What kind of a name is that? Demetrius Underwood, 4. Sammy Smith's got 4. Mercury Morris, 3. And everybody else small potatoes. Even poor Levon's only got a pair. WQAM.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Didn't Ray Lewis play for UM? Should be on your list.
He is.
Oh, he's on there? Great. And shouldn't OJ get on there just for playing golf?
Yeah, just for the halibut, man. I'd love to put him on there, but it would be a no-brainer. He'd get hundreds. Then this poll would start smoking, man. We hate you, OJ. We can't stand you. You know who probably likes him also?
Absolutely.
In fact, he'd probably love to play golf with OJ. They might be doing it in secret as it is.
They can share
playing
checkered
golf
pants.
too. Huh?
They can share checkered pants.
They can share checkered pants. They can share stories about how they both hate me like poison, about how Screw-Ann is a real slut, things like that. Wouldn't surprise me. The QAM building has got to be one of the most neurotic, sickest places in the history of mankind. It's another good reason for me not to be there. The OJ liquors, man, including Screw-Ann. Anybody that ever won a jockstrap, she wants it, man. She wants to grab it. She wants to yank it. She wants to twist it. And the more famous they were, of course, the harder and the more she wants. You know what I mean? Kind of like
Roy!
Hey, let me tell you again, the Beast is sleeping. He's doing his thing on a King Quill mattress from our friends at Dollar Mattress. Miguel, he's doing it. I'm doing it. George is doing it. Just about every, and Scott Farrell, if he wouldn't have got canned, he'd have been doing it too. What a shame. And just one more week, you know? Wouldn't that have made it worthwhile? Stick around for another week just to get the mattress. Anyway, if you're sick and tired of fighting everybody else trying to find some great holiday gift and doing your shopping this year, make your gift giving a lot easier by giving a gift certificate from Dollar Mattress. Call right now, 1-800-MATTRESS, and give the gift they'll be thanking you for night in and night out. They'll be thinking of you while they're doing perverted things on that mattress. Dollar Mattress has got gift certificates in any denomination, and a new bed for the master bedroom makes a perfect gift idea you'll enjoy for a long time to come. No phony promises, no bait and switch, just unbeatable discount prices every day on the top brand names in the world now, including Stearns and Bananas Foster. When you call Dollar Mattress at 1-800-MATTRESS, you still pick the day and time for delivery. You picked it to our window any day, 7 days a week, from 8 in the morning till 10 at night, when it's convenient for you, when you're going to be home, and they show up, like noon to 2, 1 to 3, etc. Honest sales practices, fantastic service, everyday low prices, same-day delivery, and free setup and removal make it easy to see why Dollar Mattress is ranked the best in the world in customer satisfaction. So do what everybody at QM and everywhere else is doing. Do the smart thing. Call the betting experts at Dollar Mattress toll-free, 1-800-MATTRESS, 1-800-MATTRES, or online, mattress.com. Happy holidays from the good folks at Dial a Mattress.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
This is Randy West, and as per our phone conversation, I talked to Peter North the other day. He tells me your real name is Neil Down, and he still ain't interested.
The Simple Life is good TV. Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie. No more fashion shows or fancy art. Better get used to shopping down at Walmart. Two rich girls living on a farm. Cows' butts is where they put their arm. Spoiled trust fund chicks won't have any time to make porno flicks.
These bows were hoes. No guys, cow pies.
There's hay to bale. Don't break a nail. No Macy's one-day sale.
What great irony. There's Rumsfeld, Hermann Goering Rumsfeld, pontificating about Saddam, who buried himself, and yada yada. The same Rumsfeld you'll see on our website, gripping Saddam's hand firmly with a big smile on his puss.
Serving in our armed forces or far from home.
Yeah. Rumsfeld, Nazi supreme, baby. There he is. Look at him. Crazy person. Speaking of wild people, wait till you hear this. Lauderdale man pleads guilty to bomb threats against airliner and federal building. A Fort Lauderdale man pleaded guilty yesterday to threatening to bomb a Baltimore-Miami flight and a Baltimore federal building. Joseph Carlton Haley, 42, formerly of Miami Beach, pleaded to one count of transmitting a false bomb threat. Haley will be sentenced February 24th by U.S. District Judge Cecilia Altanaga. Haley admitted transmitting an email message to the FBI via the Internet stating they had overheard an individual in Miami talking about blowing up the federal building in Baltimore. Hours later, Miami-Dade police received an anonymous call at Miami International in which the caller stated that the same individual would be boarding a flight for Baltimore from MIA carrying a bomb, una bomba grande. FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force agents working with Dade police and TSA investigators discovered both messages were hoaxes sent by Haley, motivated by a recent breakup with a boyfriend, authorities said. Better listen to that carefully, beast. You and Clarence better patch things up a little bit.
We'll work on it.
Patch it up.
Rectum.
So that maybe tomorrow you can answer that musical question. You can describe to us just how smelly that hole is. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless line. Impressive list of scumbags here today. How are we doing out there at the van?
We got $200, and a guy named Jason brought $200 worth of toys.
Thanks, Jason. You're the best, man. Thank the Lord for a few people that really care. Mark Eisenberg's out there with a toy drive that Joe and Mark do every year at this time. And proving that nothing is perfect, Scott Jr., he of the red face and beady eyes and the bizarre looks. Scott Jr.'s out there collecting your donations for Best of Neil. We got the CDs. We got those highly, highly in demand.
This is better than sex.
Mo Howard David keychains. And what's not to like, okay? He'll be there till 2 o'clock. He's in the QM van on the corner of University and Sunrise in the what station? Chevron station.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank God. WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Neil, what's going on?
How you doing, pal?
Stop the press. Bring out the eggnog. Our day has come. David
Yes?
Cassidy is now our neighbor, my friend.
David Cassidy?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
He moved from Vegas. He lives here somewhere in this area.
I
Gotta
bet
have
you
him as a guest.
I bet the guy with the eyes will be excited about that.
A guest. Get him as a guest.
Okay, thanks. Get him as a guest. Oh, man. Woo! That would be heavy duty, wouldn't it?
You booking a lot of guests lately?
Well, no, you never know. It's never too late to start doing it again. David Cassidy appearing tomorrow on the Neil Rogers Show. Not. The guy with the eye is probably getting his old Partridge Family albums out again. He's probably rubbing himself raw, just thinking, well, he's got to find David. Of course, David just turned 86. He probably don't look quite so beautiful anymore. WQAM.
Neil, I was watching the sports final, not last Sunday, but the Sunday before.
Right.
And Steve Shapiro does a bit with Drew Rosenhaus.
Drew Rosenhaus is a real asshole.
I know. They had the split screen, so when he came on to talk to Drew, he inadvertently said Jew for a second, and then he said Drew. So, and I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how they kept a straight face. It was amazing.
But at least, thank God, Shapiro's got that name, see, so in other words, nobody could point the finger.
Right, it wasn't done deliberately or anything.
If it would have been Wayne saying something like, hey, Jew, it would have been a little different.
No, I don't know how they kept a straight face. They deserve a prize for not laughing out loud. It was great.
Boy! Okay, Pally, thanks for the good news. There's another bulletin for you. 567-056. There's something about this show today. We're like half a step off all day long. You know why?
Why?
Let me give you a little pointer. When you're doing a talk show, and I've always told George this, it's true. When you start off balance, you know what I mean? You never get back on track ever. It's just always a little off the whole time. I mean, this show today, I wouldn't wish on Hermann Goering and Rumsfeld. That's how embarrassed I am by this show. It's just not good. We started out with trying to piece together the whole studio again, thanks to your good buddy Carlos Peculiar there, whatever the hell his name is. And Carlos Alzagari, Picari, whatever. Some spick.
Yeah.
And then after that, of course, then we had the Scott business, which we just went on for like 45 minutes, just trying to point this guy in the right direction so we can go out there and try to raise some money for a good cause. And it just never settled down, Never came back. Can you smell it? Maybe Doreen's hiding in the hallway. By the way, you're suspended, bitch. WQAM.
Miserable old man.
Son of a bitch. Oh, miserable old man. Good variety. Nice going, pal.
Oh! I didn't know Howard was on.
He is. WQAM. Hello, he's on drugs. QAM.
Hello, Neil. Hello,
yes,
Neil.
Sir. Kaopectate. Yes.
Hi, Clint. Did you know that I'm an avid AM radio listener? Did you know that they changed Dr. Laura for some crazy guy, Greg Beck? Have you ever heard of that guy, Greg Beck? Some political
he's another Tampa reject, yeah.
Is that what it is? Mm-hmm. Tampa guy?
Yes.
And then what's the deal with the morning show that they were supposed to have some Tampa guy on 560?
Some Tampa guy on 560?
Remember, since Farrell was gone, they were going to put somebody else from Tampa?
Where did you find that? Where the hell did that come from? We never had anybody from Tampa going to be on our station.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you said. All right, Neil. Just
on the other station, they took the, Stugatz off, and they have the new morning show over there, probably, from the guy from...
Oh, yeah, this guy's got confused. He's got his sports nerd stations all confused. Very good, Beast. It's about time you put your thumb on something. Yeah, that was when Carl Foster ran out of money because all the offshore gambling joints, they couldn't advertise them anymore. And so we had no sponsors left. So they said, bye-bye, Carl. Take your 0.1 share and goodbye. And so then they piped in, not from Tampa, from Orlando. And you ought to know the guy. He's, what's his name? Seaman, the ex-Hurricane guy, isn't he?
Yeah, no, I just lost his name.
Don Imus Jr., some horrible guy. Some guy that said, and then somebody faxed us the ratings from Orlando, and this guy's got a 5 O's in front of like about a 2. He's got like 2 millionths of a point up in the Orlando market. But he works cheap, and they just open up a pot, and that's the cheap channel effing way. Dan Cilio, very good. That's kind of a silly thing to do to the audience, but that's what you get. That's exactly what you get, is a screwing man right in your radio. You can almost smell it. Smell the smegma, either that or maybe screw-ants hanging around again. Bitch. 20 till 2 at 560 WQAM. Why not let the number one Asian buffet in the universe, Emerald Coast, do all the cooking for you this holiday season? It's a great idea. Reserve your holiday party right now. It'll be a feast. Emerald Coast can accommodate even the biggest groups, even all the way up to...
About 30, man.
Start your mouth-watering experience with 1 or 2 or maybe all 6 of those fantastic soups. The Beast says, why not try them all? Why not just shovel it all in your puss? And then sample dozens of succulent entrees like New York strip made to order at their sizzling Asian grill. They got that new seafood Saint Jacques, oysters on the half shell every night. And they got Alaskan stone crab, middle neck clams, jumbo shrimp scampi, and for the first time ever at the Emerald Coast, steamed Maine lobster on the weekends. If there's any room left, try the hand-carved prime rib, their new Thai specialties too. And don't forget, you'll never walk out of the Emerald Coast with that that aching, pounding MSG headache because they don't use any crap. No MSG, no cornstarch. They cook everything only with cholesterol-free oils, too. And the buffet features a full salad bar, a new sushi bar, fresh shrimp cocktail, too. And if you have any room left over, see, the Beast will give you some pointers on how you do it at the buffet.
Sure.
You should write the foreword for my book, The Best of Meals, How I Attack the Buffet.
I'd be honored.
And the Beast will show he'll even loan you his crowbar so you can stuff it in your pants and make a little room for that dessert station, featuring Belgian waffles, pies, and cakes, pastries, ice cream with all your favorite toppings, even fresh fruit. They even be having watermelon all the time, too. Emerald Coast, they got 3 locations for you. In Sunrise, they're on Pine Island at 44th Street, Collins Avenue, just north of 163rd in North Miami Beach, and at the intersection of Flamingo and Pembroke Roads in geriatric Pembroke Pines. Take the whole family or book your next business luncheon right now and let the folks at Emerald Coast do all the cooking for you. Take out and delivery available, too. Call 954-572-3822. 954-572-3822 for the holidays or any time for a real feast. It's the Emerald Coast Chinese Buffet.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Stench of cow manure hovers over this performance by the Dolphins.
Yes.
Santa baby, I want her under my tree. Brittany, she's an awfully nice girl. Santa baby, send Brittany down my chimney tonight. Santa baby, love to film a video too. White blue, with lots of publicity. Santa baby, hurry with my Brittany tonight. Brittany is the girl I miss, but she ain't the first one that I French kissed. I don't care if fans get pissed. I'm out to prove some funny girls exist. Ba-doopy-doop, Santa honey, I'll be on bottom while she's on top. Though it might wreck my career. Santa baby, hurry Brittany down the chimney tonight. Hurry Brittany down my chimney tonight. I want Brittany down my chimney tonight.
Hey, every time you think about Madonna doing that little French kiss, just think of one person, okay? It'll make you really just recoil. Dennis Rodman.
Ugh.
Yeah, won't that do it? Which unfortunately never paid for a South Florida team, but he certainly could have made our list easy big time, but didn't make it to South Florida.
He hung out here a lot, though.
Yeah, he did. On South Beach with a bitch. Which athlete was the biggest scumbag ever to play for a South Florida team? Jose Canseco, who played his high school balls in South Florida, 54. I mean, he's like pulling away in a stretch big time. Lawrence Phillips, only 37. Of course, he wasn't around very long, was he? Cecil Collins, 36, just to try to dip his wick. Brian Cox, 20. Michael Irvin, a dozen. Dirty dozen for Michael. Warren Sapp, 10. Brian Blades, 9. Pudge Rodriguez, 6. We hate you, Pudge. Ray Lewis, 6. Sammy Smith, 5. Mercury Morris, 5. Najee Davenport, 4. Am I saying that right? Najee?
Yeah.
Woujet? Demetrius Underwood, 4. Levon Hernandez, which I'm sure we spelled at, 3. Mark Fitzpatrick, 2. Lamar Thomas, 2. Ramon Castro, 2. We spelled Lamar wrong. Benny Blades, 2. And only 1 vote for Mark Duper. Super Duper got 1. Pete Stoyanovich, 1. Gene Atkins, 1. No votes for Cleveland Gary, Bobby Humphreys, Jamie German, Al Martin, or Tony Martin. Everybody liked Tony Martin. Good guy. And you forgot all about it anyway, right? See, if I wouldn't have brought it up again, nobody'd even know about it. I'm making some little scribblings here on because I'm so turned on by that Mo thing.
Absolutely.
With the toad and the load. See, Mo now promotes me, and which at least he's promoting me and Hank, which is something, the fact that we exist. But he does it with just a little bit of humor, very little. When he gives the lineup, Joe Rose next, which I don't know why he even mentions Joe, because Joe don't want to be mentioned by him or see him or smell him. But I guess he just doesn't dare say anything caustic about Joe. Mad Dog at 2 to 4, sandwiched between, and then he filled in the blank. The toad and the load. I'm thinking like the shrub and the tub, or the schlub in the tub. Or how about, since he does the thing with the weight on Hank, how about the sow and the cow?
Okay.
Huh? Not bad. So we'll get the audience put their thinking caps on this the rest of the week. Come up with some good lines for the Mo Man, because he needs help.
Absolutely.
Trust me. And then Thursday morning we got those trends coming out for October. What is it going to be? September, October, and November, which will be the pre-Pharrell canning trend, which probably be pretty good. And then December will come along. Now, what's the latest with Joe Rose? What's the latest scuttlebutt you're picking up in there?
I didn't hear anything today.
Well, I mean, just give a recap.
It's whatever you said yesterday.
That you don't want to repeat because somebody told you don't say it? Or maybe Clarence whispered that in your ear last night in a moment of passion on your new King Coral mattress. Don't be splurting that out on the air. Don't be splurting it. At any rate, the rumor is that Joe Rose went in and asked for a lot of money to do 8 to 10, and the people at Channel 6's management there are real unhappy at NBC6 because he's got to do the 11 o'clock sports at night, get up real early in the morning, come in, do 8 to 10, and see that ugly-ass old Mo in his checkered pants. And they're not too happy about it either. So we may still, just when we thought we finally extricated ourselves from the latest Greg Reig mess, we still are evidently doing the limbo rock, is what it sounds like to me. Don't you think? And Joe and Mark really believe that they're going to be doing 8 to 10.
They keep thinking, every time there's a position open, they think they're going to get it.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that there's some open positions that they might get. You know what I'm saying?
They keep telling me, oh, Beast, you should do the overnights. You'll love overnights.
No, you don't want to be buried overnight. Especially since you've already been on in the daytime, because when you're on in the daytime, see, with Joe and Mark it's okay because this is their first actual show other than that auto racing thing Joe does. But once you're on in the daytime and then they bury you in the middle of the night, that's like a gigantic step back. It's like being pushed back into oblivion. It's like if you were doing 6 to 10 in the morning and then they shoved you back to like 5 to 8.
Absolutely. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Jim Mandich, I am a pussy.
560 WQAM presents Leave It to Beast, starring Mo Howard David as Mo, Paul Lynde as Gay Carlos, Stephen J. Goldstein as Wally, and Brian London as the Beast.
I'm home. Hey, where's the hat stand? I ain't got no place to hang my wig.
I moved it. I had another piercing accident. Watch out for the puddle.
Whoa! Why didn't the Beast clean this up?
He's upstairs with Wally.
Gee, Beast, you better clean that pee puddle before Mo gets home.
Gee, I don't know, Wally. It's kind of icky.
Ha-ha! So, you didn't clean the pee puddle, huh? You fat little bastard. You tub of lard. You walking goiter.
Told you he'd get sore.
Don't be so hard on the boy.
Hey, come here, Beast. Time we had a little chat.
I don't know. Okay.
No, you don't say anything till I'm through, understand?
Okay.
Yep, I said not till I'm done talking.
But you...
Stop.
But I...
All right, that's it. Remember my friend here, Mr. Belt? Out.
Stop already. Will you stop? I said stop it.
You shut your mouth, you pipe-smoking poof.
Okay, but don't stand near the window.
What for?
'Cause you might fall down.
Absolutely.
Love it. 157 at 560 WQAM. Okay, double digits only. Which athlete was the biggest scumbag to ever play for a South Florida team? Warren Sapp, 11. Michael Irvin, 14. Brian Cox, 27. Lawrence Phillips tied for second with Cecil, 43. They're just looking to dip their wicks. And Jose Canseco way off all by himself with 61. Now, I remember back when, after he blew you off the morning show. Yeah. The Mo Man. And he was getting calls because naturally we were telling everybody on air exactly what a miserable old piece of crap he was. And his response always would be careful not to give a direct lie. He wouldn't deny it, but he would say, where do you get your information? Where do you get your information? And which is just a backhanded way of evading telling an honest answer and of lying. Is there any doubt? Is there anyone in the building who doubts that you were canned off of that show?
No.
Now, how did that come about? What exactly was the, now he didn't say it to your face though, right?
No. Him or Goldie never said anything to me.
You just got it secondhand. That probably is when you started bonding with Clarence pretty tight, right?
Yeah.
And it was just made very clear to you that you weren't going to be invited on the morning show. And then, of course, was that before or after Carolyn was ceremoniously sent on her way down the hall to power?
Oh, that was way after.
First it was Carolyn, then it was the Beast. And then, of course, Joe and Mark were pretty tight there for a while, and then he turned on them. It's just amazing to watch like a bunch of dominoes falling. It's a beautiful thing. But I still say, I've got it written down here, I'm really impressed. The Toad and the Load. You got to admit. See, you won't even chuckle, but there's some real creativity involved there. I think deep within the bowels, I think if he would take the muskrat off and let some air get in there once in a while, just let his mind get a little fresh air, I think you might find some creativity in there.
No.
Now, how do we make out with, speaking of mind, with Scott Jr. today out the QM van? We apologize for being a bunch of assholes. We're sorry, but it's the QM effing way. How do we make out? We got a report?
Yeah, final report's 5:20.
5:20?
Yeah.
See, we could have done. I'm not going to knock it. Nice going, Scott. We started out with 47.5, so we went over 48,020 for abandoned pet rescue. But if we would have not been all screwed up there in the beginning, if we wouldn't have had the confusion with Mark Eisenberg is going to be in Coral Springs and Scott is trying to find his ass with both hands, and gotten out there right at 10 o'clock, whatever it was supposed to be, 11 o'clock, we could have probably pushed close to 1,000, you know what? But we won't look a gift horse in the puss. $520, not too bad. Don't forget you can go online and get your best Neil merchandise on neilrogers.com. Also, when you're online, take a look at that picture. I was just listening to a Rummy, Herman Gehring Jr., going on about he was a butcher, he was a murderer, he killed hundreds of thousands of people, explaining why the fact that they showed this picture, which ordinarily they don't show pictures of captives, but they're showing him because he was a big fish. Same guy that's shaking hands, you'll take a look at it right on neilrogers.com. He's squeezing it, baby. The Bookster's next. He's going to tell you all about how it is to work with a guy who's in a coma.
Bye, bye, bye! The Neil Rogers Show on 560 WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Howard David's a bitch.